think we're good. Now would be a good time to insert ads. Shut up, YouTube. I don't know why. Like that's some shit for like a producer to do, and no, I don't think that there's no point in getting a producer. I just think that's silly. But anyway, hello. Yeah, I spent the last couple days braiding my hair right after releasing, my latest She-Hulk video. And, it's done. And I figured I'd better stream something. I just couldn't figure out what it was until I remembered I kept putting off this video. I didn't get to finish it in another stream I did. So I just figured let me just catch up with this. Do it now, get it over with. Because if I don't do it now, I'm never gonna do it, and it's just gonna be like one of my nights of cringe is just gonna be awkwardly finished on midway through one video, and that's not good. That's improper in my opinion. Okay, let's see. Hello, everyone. Just seeing who, everyone who's jacked in. Mr. Mustache, $2 super chat. God help you. What fresh hell is in today? Oh, Disney's Gay Cultural Appropriation. And judging from what I remember of the last time we tackled this video, it's basically everything you think it's going to be. Whatever you think it's going to be, that's it. Whatever you've seen on Tumblr, that's exactly what it is. You can just smell the desperation on this guy all throughout the video. But anyway, let's get started. I can't wait any longer because it's best to get through this because some people in my chat have probably already seen a lot of this already. His intro, one thing I know I probably harped on in the last time we talked about it. His intro doesn't match the music. It's clearly some kind of some free template he got from After Effects. It's kind of funny. It's so cheap, you know what I mean? This video had 2 writers, by the way. Produced by Brian Wildenthal, I guess. Petite. Yeah, I should wait. Yeah, I hate this. It's too fucking dark. Like, dark pieces of text on a dark background. That's not very smart. Or at least brighten it up. Because, I can't read this shit. Wildenthal and Petite show whatever. We don't need to know the names. Executive producers. Like I said, remembering what this video is about. It's just one guy pointed at a camera talking about gay ships, and it has executive producers. It has more than one writer. Directed and edited by James Somerton. I never say Like, I'm just saying, I've never in life ever said that my video was directed by me. Because it's like, why? Disney's Summer of Straight. I wonder if that was the original title before he changed it.
Whenever I think I've dropped the mic on Disney, something like the summer of 2021 happens. Where do we start? With the gay fish boys, who are definitely not gay.
I mean, what? Like, it's just, and I know I talked about this before, but like, what, that is so creepy. Just like a fucking adult watching a children's film and is like, you know, those two kid characters, I wish they would fuck. I wish they would like kiss and rub up on each other and do romantic things, or like seeing something that isn't there romantically between two child characters as an adult. It's just fucking weird. It's so weird. I don't give a damn. Gay, straight, whatever. That shit is weird.
The bisexual Loki, who avoids all same-gender companionship like the plague, or the gender-fluid Loki, who
avoid. I could have sworn Ragnarok, it was implied that he was fucking Jeff Goldblum, but okay.
is only ever referred to as a man. Raya and her lifelong...
Because he is. Just because he shapeshifts... just because he shapeshifts, it doesn't mean he's not a man. That's not how that works. He's a man with the power of shape-shifting. There's a difference. Curvos. He doesn't say he wants him to fuck or do nasty stuff. Quit straw manning him, Jay. I mean, I remember I did blatantly say, picturing two kids like being romantic as an adult. Like, it doesn't matter if it's fucking, it's just romantic stuff. It's just weird. It doesn't make any sense. It's just weird. It's weird. You got to admit that it's fucking weird. And I'll bet you these same motherfuckers who will go at people. Will go at people like hypocritically as fuck at people who like lolly and shit, and go with them and criticize them for that shit, but we'll see nothing wrong with what they're doing. not that I'm a fucking fan of lolly. I'm just saying, like, but like the fact that they don't see that they're doing the same thing. It's just, but they're taking it upon themselves to do it. It's not that because Lolly's already made, it's pre-packaged and ready for weirdos to enjoy. But they're sitting down to a fucking Disney film where the creator explicitly says, this is for children. These two kids are not gay. They're just friends, blah, blah. And you're sitting down and you're seeing it in their childlike behavior and a childlike friendship. It's fucking weird. It's actually worse than being into lolly, if you think about it. Because like I said, you're finding this shit. Where are you finding it? Where could you possibly be finding it?
Frenemy. Though they might have come a little bit earlier in the summer, in late spring, they were both swathed in a consistent lesbian mood. The close...
Oh God. Not Falcon the Winter Soldier. Leviticus Rot $2 super chat. Here we go with that Luberto cringe again. Oh, Curvos. I want an animated movie with a gay male romance in it, but it's for the it's for the, I guess he meant to say principal. Straights get it all the time, whether the characters are adults or kids. Like, I'm not saying you don't need gay stuff. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying this, when you sit down and you see an inoffensive relationship between two kids and you romanticize it or sexualize it, you're weird. Period. Sorry. Like, you can want gay representation in Disney films and shit. You can want that. But when you try to find it where there is none between kids, it's weird. Oh, Higus Girl. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Sorry. Falcon and Bucky review when. Now that I'm done with Gotham High, I can actually fucking work on it. There's a whole bunch of reviews that I'm trying to work on. I think I'm gonna do the Craft review first. Work on that well. See, that's what's gonna jinx it, because I hate telling people what I'm gonna do. because it always jinxes it every single time. But I'm gonna slowly work on my backlog as I go. But right now I'm definitely gonna I have to give some footage to my editor for the next She-Hulk episode 5. Then I'm gonna do a few episodes myself, and then I'm gonna give the last 2 episodes back to my editor. I guess that's my plan. But yeah, that's still coming. One way or another, it's still coming. Lord Forchungus, is Batwoman done? To be honest, I don't blame you. That shows a sinking ship. Yeah, that's not getting done anymore. I'm like, where I stopped is where it stopped, period. I got so drained on that. It's like, I got so bored with it. She-Hulk was my new cringe cow. So I'm just on that now, and I'm probably going to do some, and I'm going to cover the Interview with the Vampire show, because me and Carl recorded a few episodes, so that's another show. And we get a little crazy in that one. That one was hilarious. I mean, I don't think I've laughed harder than I did with Interview with the Vampire. I don't think I've even laughed hard with Batwoman. I don't think I've laughed that hard with Batwoman, to be honest. But anyway, I got some stuff coming. Anyway,
close friendship between.
It's just a friendship. For one thing, here's the thing. Here's what pisses me off about Bucky and Sam. Nobody gave a fuck about Sam or shipped him with anybody until Steve Rogers was out of the picture. Because it was always about Stucky, the Steve and Bucky ship, because nobody gives a fuck about the black characters in Marvel when it comes in terms of shipping. I don't know what reason that might be. Maybe it's the relatability factor racially. I don't know. Maybe a lot of these motherfuckers aren't attracted to black men like that. I don't know. Like, it's not really a problem. I'm just pointing it out. But that's the thing. Nobody gave a fuck until there were whispers, or actually blatant bricks to the face that of news that Sam was going to be the next Captain America, because now he can usurp Steve in every way possible. We can have a new ship. He's the new, and it's gonna be a biracial ship. So we can sprinkle a little representation in there that we've made up in our heads. But yeah, nobody gave a fuck about him shipping wise until Steve died. So I don't really care about what anyone has to say about this show. Joe 199 super chat. I am not Starfire with EFAP. I already did. I am not Starfire. Why would I do it again? I did it already. One of these days. Excuse me. I'm not saying recent. I'm not saying it's gonna be soon, but one of these days I'm gonna cut down that I am not Starfire reading into like a couple of videos maybe. But yeah, nobody gave a fuck. Oh wait, turning on the screw. Wouldn't that make Sam and Bucky sucky? Yeah, that's actually pretty accurate. But anyway, like I was saying, nobody gave a fuck about Sam being shipped with anybody until Steve died. Nobody gave a shit. Nobody cared that nobody in that fandom cared that he fucking existed. Now, suddenly he's gonna be Captain America. Now he's got to take the place of Steve in every way possible. He's got to take his place in Bucky's ass. He's got to take his place up Bucky's ass because Steve is dead. But yeah, I'm sorry, man. That's your mantle. That's the mantle you have to rise to. Up that pooper shooter. because the very the white Marvel fan said so. You're gay now. Sorry. Just out of your control. Anyway.
Between Sam and Bucky, or just this
What the
shot
fuck?
brought Bucky alone. But we can't talk about Falcon and the Winter Soldier being gay because Anthony Mackie, who plays the titular Falcon and then the second iteration of Captain America later on, said in an interview himself that the characters are not gay.
Okay.
So many things are twisted and convoluted. There's so many things that people latch onto with their own devices to make themselves relevant and rational.
Yep. That motherfucker ain't wrong. I love Anthony Mackie for the simple fact that he knows how to say shit. He knows how to say the right things and very harsh things very classily and very eloquently.
The idea
He's basically saying, get a fucking life. Get a fucking life. You ain't going, you ain't supernatural fandoming me.
Two
Fuck
guys
that.
being friends and loving each other in 2021 is a problem because of the exploitation of homosexuality. It used to be guys can be friends. We can hang out. And it was cool. You would always meet your friends at the bar, You can't do that anymore. Because something as pure and beautiful as homosexuality has been exploited by people who are trying to rationalize themselves. So something that's always been very important to me is showing a sensitive masculine figure. There's nothing more masculine than being a superhero and flying around and beating people up. But there's nothing more sensitive than having emotional conversations with a kindred spirit friendship with someone that you can care about and love. Imagine that. Something as beautiful as homosexuals being exploited by homosexuals. Okay, I'm not really...
Yeah. As if you can't exploit your own people? That's possible, sweetie. That's very possible. Hey, how was your ad revenue for this video, by the way? Colin, £5 super chat. He got ice gem hair. Bite Deity, $5 super chat. I blame the final episode of Adventure Time. It has set the precedent that if the fandom ships two characters, then the writers must make them lovers. Yeah, I'm waiting for a fucking show to just middle finger people for that. Because, I hope that he knows, people only do that shit to get your money. They want to keep you engaged and buying the merch and all this shit. They want, that's the only reason why they do it. One way or another. It does, homophobia or not, that's the only reason they do it. Because now you look at SVU, and you see how the show has been going, and they brought Stabler back very quickly. He's not on the show; he's got his own show, but they are always crossing the shows over constantly because Benson is on the other show. And now they're teasing this relationship like they killed his wife. They killed Stabler's wife just to make this shit happen. It was so lazy. On her deathbed, she was like, "Oh, I always knew you guys were a thing, or secretly had something." What the fuck is this? And I shipped the shit. I did. And even I was like, "This is tasteless. This is completely fucking tasteless. I'm not buying this shit." This is horseshit. And I continue to not watch either show. But for some reason, motherfuckers like him, they'll fall for it every time. They'll fall for the bait and all this shit every fucking time. They won't just simply step back and be like, you know what? I'm not going to partake in that Disney Marvel property. Or I'm not going to fall for this. Or maybe I'm not going to watch kid shows and romanticize them for my own benefit because I'm so starved for fucking romantic affection that I'm shipping children. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to step back and I'm going to leave this shit alone. Like I said, with the SVU fandom, now they're pimping that Elliot and Olivia ship heavy now. Heavy. They've done everything but fuck each other. Everything. but I refuse to be sucked into it because it's just so shameless what they're doing. It's only for ratings, and plus, like, Dick Wolf was adamant that he did not want to do it because he named both characters after his children. But now he's all for it. Now he's good. Now he's all for it because he wants those ratings up. But he's doing it in such a tasteless way that I can't even get on board with it. I can't even get Paladin demo. I've seen less baiting on fishing YouTube. Bust nut. Was that a pun, Jay? I don't even know what I said. I don't know. Was it the butt fuck part? Because I did notice that, like, for a split second. Did I say butt fuck by accident? Anyway, let's get back to it.
I'm not really sure what he thinks is going on here. Is he just under the impression that there's this horde of straight people who are clamoring for gays on screen?
Yes, there are. Have you ever heard of horny heterosexual white girls? Hell yeah! What the fuck do you think this is? Like, you have not been paying attention to any of this shit if you don't think it ain't none but a bunch of straight girls who want to see two boys kiss. That's all it is. Most of the time. And then there's that other part where it's just guys just being so horny that they want to see two boys kiss on screen. Yeah. The problem is that y'all are too fucking proud to admit that's all you want. Try to make it like a social try to make it a social movement or some shit. Like, it's not. You just want to see two guys kiss on screen. Just be honest. Just be honest.
I mean, there are. It's called shipping, and it's valid.
Okay, so what is he even talking about? And then he says exactly what the fuck he's talking about. Two people wrote this script, by the way.
Ship responsibly.
Oh. Some people in chat were talking about this, that he made a really bad video on, was it death stalking? Killing stalking? Is that what it's called? Whatever. I have a passing familiarity with that manga or comic, whatever the fuck you call it. Apparently, according to someone in chat, that he thinks that the comic is unironically supporting this disturbing relationship, and when it's really just a fucked up story that someone wrote. So, yeah. That just shows you how his media literacy is broke. It's a little wonky.
But a majority of the people reading into the relationship between Sam and Bucky were gay people. And regardless of whether...
They weren't all gay people. Some of them were fucking horny, heterosexual... Not some of them, all, most of them. I'm willing to bet most of them are horny, heterosexual girls. Because, let's be honest, yeah, it is. Dr. Livesey's Massive Cock, $2 super chat. Hey, Jay, stay base, kiss, kiss. Thank you. Jay do. He treats gays like some monolith of culture instead of individuals. Yeah, like a lot of internet gays do that. Oh, I can't stand when I can't get these fucking... The moderator! Come out, moderator! These bots are back. I hate it because I used to be able to interact with my chat so I could moderate if someone else couldn't, and I just can't anymore for some reason. Anyway.
Whether you're gay or straight, if you're shipping characters, it's probably because you feel a little starved for seeing actual on-screen representation.
No, it's because you're horny. It's because you're horny. Why can't you just fucking... Why can't these motherfuckers just admit it? Like, yeah, these two people are hot. I want to see them kiss and or simulate sex on screen. There's nothing wrong with admitting that. Straight dudes, will fucking admit... Like, yeah, I like lesbian porn because I want to see two chicks. Like, I like chicks, and seeing more than one be sexual with each other is very arousing to me. Yeah, but straight men don't fucking ship for television. They'll happily take their asses to Pornhub and leave it at that. One of the things I admire about straight dudes, they won't fucking ruin a fandom with that bullshit. You know what I mean? If they want to express, if they want to express themselves, they take their asses to Pornhub, they make some like fetish art, and they throw it somewhere. They just put it somewhere, because they don't really inject themselves into fandom like that. They don't like. I remember when The Punisher was out, the Netflix Punisher, and you see like a lot of fucking chicks just ruin your day, just ruin your fun with their bullshit. They just can't shut the fuck up and insert their little politics and all that and all the like their lame shit into the fandom. Like I gotta keep scroll. Frank Castle's non-binary. Frank Castle's trans. Frank Castle would hate Trump. He would blow his fucking head off. Yeah, shut up. Shut up. I've never seen a heterosexual man talk this way in a fandom. In the Punisher fandom. He's like, they'll be like, oh man, the panel of this comic was so trill, man. You know, he's got this gun and the gun type is blah, 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 a gun range. Like that's it. That's how they keep it. They talk about the philosophy of the Punisher and Frank Castle. They don't ship nothing. They keep their fucking mouths shut. They don't ruin my day. Anyway, Faded Yellow Eminem, $4.99 super chat. Listening to you while I close up at work. Thanks for making food service a bit more bearable, Queen. Oh, you're welcome and thank you. Glib Facsimile, $2 super chat. They need representation to feel wanted. Sad. Yeah. And that's more of a them problem. Like, no one will fuck me. People don't appreciate my gayness in real life, so it has to be in every piece of media I watch. Like, that's a you problem. Mr. N, $5 super chat. You know they're trying to reclaim Godzilla and Jurassic Park as beacons of trans rights. Nothing is sacred anymore, my girl. Wait, what? Please explain that, because I never heard anything about that. The fuck? Anyway.
Or because you recognize natural romantic chemistry between two characters that...
No, you don't. Oh, no, you don't. You have a very warped view of what romantic chemistry is, which is very concerning to me. Very concerning. Because some of y'all don't know what the fuck you're doing with some of these ships.
That you're not quite sure how the creators missed.
They're the creators. They didn't miss a thing. Y'all are missing shit. You know these characters aren't real, right? They're not... Oh, okay, these characters are real. We'll pick them up off the street and film their lives and put them on screen for thirsty, childish shut-ins. No, the people they pick up off the street, they're actors, and the characters are fictional. The writers don't miss nothing because they're the ones writing the shit. They know exactly what the fuck they're doing. If the characters aren't in a sexual or romantic relationship, but you think they are, it's because you think they are. Because you're not really good at this. You're not good at this life thing. You're not good at this reading the room thing. Miss Midnight, $5 super chat. If people rely on media representation to boost their self-esteem, then they need to seek mental help. They are narcissists. Yes. Arturo Hernandez. This guy is basically a fanfic writer who desperately wants their headcanon to be true. Yeah.
Either way, this seems like a weird place to set up my soapbox and address a topic that apparently nobody thought was much of an issue.
No, because most of us, I would assume, have lives.
And if Mackie wanted to speak to something that actually is an issue, he could have acknowledged the fact that Marvel films, in spite of evergreen popularity and being the most expansive franchise in history, does not see fit to include something as beautiful as homosexuality in their movies.
Well, that's not his job to include anything. He doesn't really have to speak on anything or care. All he has to do is care about how his character is portrayed. Speaking of which, he should have done a better job at that with Falcon and the Winter Soldier. He should have been on it. He should have rejected everything Malcolm Spellman brought to the table, because that was some shit. His character's ruined. But anyway.
Mackie could have also acknowledged that yes, he did in fact.
Actually, why aren't you asking this of Kevin Feige? Kevin Feige, he's the one who's in charge of this shit. Why don't you talk shit to him? But you're expressing this, of course, your aggression at half of your ship that you love, which is also kind of unsettling. Why aren't you kissing that white man, nigger? Why aren't you sharing your Hershey with the vanilla? You're supposed to make me horny! Moondoggy $5 super chat. This reminds me of when people started liking Chucky when he said he wasn't homophobic even though he's a killer doll. Yeah, that was some old bullshit. That was just a manipulation tactic on the character's part. People misinterpreted that at the time. I'm willing to defend that part of the show because, like I said, Chucky was never 100% accepting of that shit. It was a manipulation tactic. But anyway. A bust nut, feminine gays. We need more toxic masculine gays.
See the sheer amount of gay baiting in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, intentional or not.
It's intentional or not. So how are they held? So you acknowledge that some of it might be unintentional, which will actually be all of it, because you're seeing things. If you acknowledge that it's unintentional, then how are they held? Why should they be held responsible for your delusion? Why is that their fault that you're seeing shit? Well, it's totally unintentional that they're being gay. They're just showing gay shit. How is that what? Huh? If it's unintentional, then they did nothing wrong and you're just being an asshole.
But then I thought, maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the problem. Maybe.
Yes! You are correct, sir. Mother, $5 super chat. Liked his vid shredding, killing, stalking shippers, but he's otherwise a lunatic. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Officer Buck Tadrussel, $5 super chat. Homosexuality is pure and beautiful. Jeffrey Dahmer, anyone? Oh god. Colin, £5 super chat. Michael Myers killed a gay couple in Halloween Kills and the online gays got mad. Of course they did. Of course they did. Like, that was kind of the point. Now that I watch it again, they showed like this happy interracial couple, this happy gay couple. There's basically just happy normal people getting brutally slaughtered because that was kind of the point of the original Halloween film, showing this very sleepy regular town being terrorized by this fucking killer. That's kind of the point of these films, and slasher films in general. Well, that's what slasher films should be about for the most part. Like this mild-mannered town full of normal people being rocked by some crazy shit. That's what happens. Good people die, and bad shit happens. Get over it. Kobe O, $4.99 super chat. Late to the stream. Who's the clown acting like every gay stereotype from every 80s and 1990s cartoon? Also, take my money, you beautiful woman. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, I hate when this scrolls like that. It's like goes straight to the bottom without me asking. Lucas Valek, $5 super chat. Hey, keep your content coming. Love it. Keep it real. Thank ya. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, Disney and Marvel they're not responsible for your delusion. They do enough gay bait. Like, if they wanted to gay bait on purpose, they would, and they have. But instead of talking about that shit, you want to talk about, Bucky and Sam? Sucky? You want to talk about Sucky, and not the fact that shameless ass gay LeFou bullshit Or maybe or the fact that they keep teasing gay shit and taking it out for the overseas market. You don't want to talk about that. But you want to talk about this. Now, to be fair, he probably will talk about it. Hold on. Let me look at this chapters. Falcon and Winter Soldier, Loki. All right, Last Dragon, Luca. Oh, he just talks about this. He just talks about the shows that have no gay shit in it. Oh, okay. So he doesn't talk about Gay LeFou, Disney's overseas racism. They're not going to talk about that. He's not going to talk about that. Okay. So, as I suspected. Because God forbid you actually talk about gay baiting that's actually bad. CEO of MSA I don't know why I keep reading his whole name when all I gotta do is read Joey Joestar. Joey Joestar, $5 super chat. Hey, Miss Longbone. Have you heard about the new Velma series? The people behind it are attacking fans and as well as ruining characters. Yeah, I mean, it's not a surprise that now they're attacking characters. I mean, yeah, they're gonna do that. But yeah, I heard about it. I'm probably not even going to touch that shit. I'll let other experienced professionals go at it. Open Cube, £5 super chat. I assume you are familiar with the amazing gay representation in the Iceman comics. Such pain. I mean, I heard about them at one point trying to make Iceman gay. Like I said, yeah, it's the same shameless baiting bullshit. But like I said, someone like him is not going to talk about that. He's not going to talk about, because as long as he gets the representation, he doesn't care. He doesn't care that LeFou being gay is actually very offensive, to be honest. If you think about the basis behind it, if you understand why they turned him gay in the first place, because then it becomes very offensive to gay people, to be honest, like legitimately offensive. But he's not gonna talk about that because he got to see two boys dance. He's not gonna talk about that. If I talk about it, they'll take it away and ruin it. Mr. N, $10 super chat. Not surprised those fandoms will omit anything with toxicity. I will send you the link. Send you the links through your Twitter. And as for the Godzilla situation, it was a cultural war and absolute hell. Oh God. A Spanish influenza, $5 super chat. Weren't the gays also mad that Pennywise killed a gay couple? He was a gay icon before the sequel came out. Yeah, the thing is, I'm pretty sure some of them thought that the filmmaker did it on purpose. But no, that was always a thing in the It novel. Like, he killed a gay person. Like, that was, because I remember my mom describing it to me from the book and how fucked up it was. But yeah, that happened in the book. It happened in the book. So I don't know what the fuck I don't know why they were surprised. It was in the book. Y'all kind of leapt before you looked on that one. Pennywise is a gay icon. Oh no, he's killing a gay man. Because, yeah, we're stupid. We don't think about this shit before actually shipping or, headcanoning.
It isn't that obvious. Like, yes, I know I get flamed for reading queerness into things even when it's entirely appropriate. But come on, Sam and Bucky? Kind of obvious, right?
Nope. Because why wasn't it obvious for y'all before? When Steve was still alive? Like I said before, y'all didn't get... These fucking MCU fans only move to the beats of the writer's drum. Steve died, so they couldn't ship him. Steve died, so they couldn't ship him and Bucky anymore. So they went to the Chocolate Man. Chocolate Man was next because he was next in line to be Captain America. That's it. It's just familiarity. That's it. That's all it is. Because y'all didn't give a single fuck about Sam until Steve died. I can see the chemistry. Can you? No. Because it was never set up to begin with. Faded Yellow Eminem, $9.99 super chat. Unless you're trying to imply that gay men will just hop from man to 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 man, despite the fact that there is no chemistry or real thing tying them together. And that would be kind of fucked up, wouldn't it? Fade Yellow M&M, $9.99 Super Chat. Validate finally dropped on Steam, by the way. Are you planning on doing a stream full of the full version? It's somehow even worse than the demo was. Oh, God. I gotta wait till I get paid. We'll see. We'll see how much it costs. Hang on. Let me check. I'm gonna check Steam right quick. See how much this costs. If it's reasonable, I'll pay for it myself and play it. If it's not reasonable, we might pirate that shit. All right, hey. Game may contain content not appropriate for all ages, okay, or may not be appropriate for viewing at work. Well, who the fuck would play a video game like this at work? The developers describe the content like this. The game contains mentions of references to drugs, alcohol, sexual assault, cheating, abuse, and other harsh themes. Jesus Christ. Validate. $15? See, I don't want to put... That's the thing. I don't want to put any money in this motherfucker's pocket. I really don't. It seems like the animation has gotten better. And when I mean better, it's more polished. The characters are still ugly as fuck. Like I said, I don't want to put any money into this person's pocket, so I don't know. I think I might just pirate. We'll see. I mean, it's $15, not that bad. But I still don't want to pay for anything this motherfucker puts out, so. Anyway.
So no, I'm not the problem. Are the producers
Yeah, you are.
really that oblivious? They must have...
Why would they be oblivious with their own show? I know better than the people who write their own material. I think I know better as a guy who does video essays. Me, video essay man. I know better than everybody. I have a head like a pineapple. Okay, I know what the thing is. I know what the deal is. I am Bert from Sesame Street, bitch.
Seen it when they watched it, because it's hard to watch some parts and take a straight reading away from it. Never mind that if either...
They rolled in grass. That means they're gay. I hate to warn you, but men do a lot of, not all men, but a lot of men do this thing called like sports. And sometimes it gets to the point where they have to like tussle around with them. It's not that they're gay, it's because it's a contact, like a lot of sports are very contact heavy. And they might have to touch other men in order to do that. Like, this is the same kind of fucking mentality. Like, oh, man, dude, you touched another man? That's fucking gay. It's the same fucking mentality, except it's a positive response instead of a negative one. I wouldn't really call it really positive, because you're just doing it because you're horny as hell and you want to see men touch each other and rub up against each other. It's not that positive. It's positive for you, but it's not positive for gay people. It's for your own purposes. But anyway, but it's just like that. Like you're putting homosexuality on something that's not inherently homosexual. Gamer Madness, £5 super chat. Freddy and Jason are very equal rights. They kill men, women, gay, straight, and the crippled. L. Hickson, did you know Jay, sports are gay? Jester Sketchbook, I find him attractive. He's gay. L. Hickson, physical contact is gay. But yeah, it's the same fucking mentality. Like, he's no different from a homophobe who sees like mild physical interaction between two straight men as gay. Like, it's no different. Oh, that's fucking, my God, you almost touched a guy. That's fucking gay. Like, if that's homophobia, then this also has to count as homophobia too, right? I mean, it is, because, like, it's not for representation. You're just looking at two men and thinking, oh, they're gay because I want to jerk off to them. Which is the only thing that the only thing it, oh my God, the only thing it, I can't say why I forget words mid-sentence. The only thing it contributes to in a positive way is your fucking libido. So it's not, you can't even say it's like a positive spin on that. It's just another, it's a different version of homophobia, but it's still homophobia. They rolled around in grass. It's fagalicious. Like, no, they were doing some shit and they got knocked into each other. And they had to kind of hold on to each other because they would have both been separated. I mean, it's kind of like you would hold on to anything for dear life if you were in that type of situation. I mean, yeah, it was a joke that, oh, they're very close to each other, but even though they didn't want to be close to each other, because it's that their dynamic at the time was they weren't very high on each other. And the fact that they kept getting slapped back together, that's the whole thing. That's the whole joke. Like, they don't like each other, but they keep ending up together. That's the joke. But yeah, whatever.
One of them was a woman. They would go out of their way to point out the romantic tension.
Let's go back to that.
To watch some parts and take a straight reading away from it. Never mind that if either of them was a woman, they would go out of their way to point out the romantic tension.
Yeah, but those shippers, no one respects these people. Nobody respects their fucking opinion. And plus it matters what happens afterwards. If there's no real romantic, like, if they're not purposely trying to, like, you could always tell when a filmmaker or a writer is trying to imply romantic shit. If it was that same scene and, like, they cut to both their faces close up and, like, they're looking at each other and, like, slowly, you know, getting closer to each other's faces, or we see a look in their eyes that's like, oh, am I feeling this right now? Am I feeling this? Then there you go. But if they're a man and a woman and the scene happened the exact same fucking way, no one would read into that except shippers. And no one likes shippers. Almost nobody likes shippers when it comes to fandom. Like, almost nobody likes them. Nobody respects their fucking opinion. Edward and Morris, $4.99 super chat. I just realized that this video has 500k views and has more than likes and dislikes. There goes my faith in humanity. Chad Rupnaran? I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. $5 super chat. What's stopping this guy from fantasizing during his me time, just like everybody else? Because, like, like a lot of people nowadays, he's very narcissistic, and he has to, not only does he have to have an erection, he has to beat everyone else over the fucking head with it and say that it's the most important erection in America's history.
We see that. Queer people, that is. We see the tension. We see the looks, the touching, the closeness, the rivals to lovers.
But they have to actually acknowledge the looks and the tension, which they do not do. Therefore, everyone else sees that there is no tension. You're only seeing it is because you have an erection. Bite Deity, $2 super chat, went on an ice cream run. What did I miss? Oh, nothing. Most Life, $1.99 super chat. Me and my boy did a sword fight once, but we ain't gay. Anna Burrell, $4.99 super chat. Hey Jay, thanks for giving me some entertainment through my 60-hour work. Oh shit, 60-hour work. Like, ugh. Godspeed. You never fail to make me laugh. Keep up the good work. Thank you.
Trope playing out in full force. I mean, how can a straight person look at some of these plot elements, character beats, and coded language and say,
oh yeah, Bucky going into a complete tailspin over the loss of his perfectly platonic friend to whom he had become emotionally dependent upon in order to navigate shared trauma was absolutely a straight mood.
Yes. Straight people don't go through fucking trauma. They don't get attached to people they're in a platonic relationship. Like, what is your fucking deal with human relationships? Why do you read them all sexually? How can can straight people see this straight relationship and think it's straight? I mean, just because you have an erection doesn't make it a valid one. I'm sorry.
My first question was, is there a point of queer baiting where gays are sensitive enough to pick up on the coded language, but straights can't see it?
Yeah, they're trying to get your money, but this isn't the queer baiting. The queer baiting is in other things. Like, you think they wouldn't fucking do, like, you think they wouldn't just make the characters gay if they wanted to? Have you been watching shit lately? They would have just done it. They don't give a fuck. And then they would have edited it out for China. But, you know, then again, Falcon and the Winter Soldier is on a streaming service. It's not in theaters. So, yeah, they would have just done it. They would have just fucking done it. They would have said, hey, yeah, they're kind of gay. Yeah. We'll just watch our show, you stupid ass gay people, because we know you see this shit and everything. Here you go. Yeah. Just putting it in front of your face like you're a like you're a horse and a like you're a horse, well, you're a horse steering a carriage, and they're just like putting a carrot in front of your face, like, yeah, go get it. Sora Hart, $5 super chat. Why did this guy choose lighting that makes him look like he's in a gay bathhouse? You know why. You just answered your question right there. Jack Diamond, $5 super chat. 5 for my favorite strong independent cis white man who don't need no BS. Also, I wish characters could have a strong friendship without shipping. Yeah, I wish that too, but people like Pineapple Head come around and just ruin shit, ruin your vibe. Kobe O, $1.99 super chat. Can't friends just be friends in media anymore? Yeah. Arturo Hernandez. Why do a lot of these guys say coded like what they're talking about? Like, talking about computers or some shit? Because they try to make it sound more important than it is. They're gay coded. Instead of just saying what it really is just stereotypes. Or just saying what they really want to say, like, it's very faggy. It's very faggy. They gotta say coded because they have to make it sound more, they have to make it sound, like I said, they have to make it sound more important than it is. It sounds a lot more valid when you say coded and not faggy.
Is gaydar actually a thing? The answer to that, apparently, is yeah, probably. And if there is such a sweet spot, Disney is getting very adept at hitting it. In a way where, more so than any other American studio, they love to plant their queer representation in that sweet spot of gays weeping at their feet in gratitude for shreds of acknowledgement, while the straights are largely too oblivious to notice, which is a whole issue on its own. Whereas other studios and networks...
Then why are you feeding into it by begging for scraps? Like you are criticizing these people for, like, they're just, they feel like they're so superior for, like, giving us any scraps they can, but you're more than willing to eat up those scraps. You're more than willing to take it. And you're more than willing to not even just take the scraps, but eat up scraps that aren't even really, you're so starving that you pretend like you're a dog and like you eat your own shit, like you're a dog eating its own shit wrapped in newspaper. Like, that's not even scraps. You're just so fucking hungry you're eating shit that's not even food. Like, yeah, this is like, if I wrap my own shit in newspaper, it's a burrito, right? It's the same thing. It's plentiful. Like, ain't nobody giving you nothing. And what they are giving you is shit, but you're not talking about the things that are actually gay baiting. You're talking about shit that you are seeing as gay baiting because you are horny. There's a difference.
Networks seem to either avoid gay topics altogether, or they dive right in, like Netflix. The only other major form of media which seems to like playing in this kind of representation, titillation game is anime. Which I will get to. But my follow-up to that question about the oversensitive queer representation was, when we flock to Twitter and talk about how this coded media represents us, why are straight people so willing to stick up their noses and tell us that we're obviously mistaken?
Because you're a shipper, and like I said, shippers don't get respect in fandoms because y'all are fucking embarrassing and you ruin people's vibes. People just want to sit back and enjoy shit. Meanwhile, y'all getting into flame wars and threatening people on Twitter, threatening writers and creators, and like harassing people. Y'all ruin every fucking thing. That's why you don't get any respect. And it's not straight people who don't respect you. It's everyone else in the fucking fandom who can't stand your cringy bullshit. Excuse me. For Most Life, $4.99 super chat. More important, more intellectual, more pretentious, still BS. They want to sound smart and more informed than they actually are. Yeah. Higgy's girl? Oh my god. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing it. Leave anime alone. Yeah, anime's got enough problems. Faded Yellow M&M, $4.99 super chat. This dude looks like Ziggy the Pinhead's like Ziggy the Pinhead's estranged gay son. Jesus.
Like representation gaslighting. We literally lived these experiences. Why are we being told that we're mistaken?
You're not mistaken. There is gay baiting in Disney. You are looking at the wrong shit. There is gay baiting in not so much in, well, like maybe there is in Marvel. I haven't really seen a stark, but definitely in Disney. Definitely. The shit with the couple that kisses at the end of Rise of Skywalker, and that was immediately cut out. But see, those are lesbians. Those aren't gay. They're not gay males like him, so I guess he doesn't give a shit. And there was gay LeFou, there was all that shit. But you're not going to focus on that. You're going to focus on the shit that you want to jerk off to. If you were consistent, you would call out all the shit. But you only call out shit that gets you hard. Which is the problem. Problem numero uno with you fucking shippers.
When we acknowledge our own lived experiences being depicted either literally or allegorically. No wonder the gays have anxiety disorders. Look at all the overanalyzing we're forced to do. Out of all the coded and baited content we've been given over the years, have we reached a point where straight people also have started reading into it? And now we're at the point where somehow the straights think that these queer experiences are actually part of the straight experience? There must be...
What the fuck are you talking about?
some kind of explanation for this willful blindness. So, going over the previously mentioned example, I'm assuming that this is something that's ubiquitous enough that everyone has some kind of opinion on it. A discussion of the many ways in which Falcon and the Winter Soldier is stuffed full of coded queer messaging has...
This is just sad. Ugh. I feel so... It's because these people do not get laid. Do not have never been in a relationship because... I don't know why. Why?
Death by now. But it's worth revisiting it to sort of confront the perspective that is somehow straight. Falcon and the Winter Soldier follows the first adventure of Sam Wilson and James Bucky Barnes, following the disappearance of Captain America after the events of Endgame, Thanos' invasion of Earth, and the reappearance of everybody who had been snapped by Thanos, Sam and Bucky being among them. Together, they have to combat a terrorist group who is... fighting to assure that everyone is treated with dignity, fairness, and afforded the appropriate human rights.
And they only had to blow up innocent people to do that. Yeah, they're villains. Just like, is this the Antifa thing? No, it's in the name, stupid. They're anti-fascists. Yes, they blew up small businesses and strong-armed and beat up innocent people. Yes, but it's all a part of the anti-fascism. Technically, what they are doing is fascism, yes, but they're anti other people's fascism, not their own fascism. Is that you're going to go there with that bullshit? Come on. Because that's basically what the Flag Smashers are supposed to be. Come on, people are like, it's like the Killmonger shit. No, they were right the whole time. Like, no, they weren't. Did you listen to any fucking thing that those people did? Like, did you pay attention to? You can pay attention to gay shit. But you actually expect him to pay attention to actual actions from fictional characters and what they do. He can't necessarily compute that. He can compute a man's ass in very tight pants, in tight superhero pants, but he can't compute like that. People who blow up shit with innocent people still in the building. I don't know if that's bad or not. Is that bad? I don't know. And that's the face he makes. That's the exact face he makes when he's trying to figure out, is blowing innocent people up bad? Is that bad? Tyshawn McGee, $5 super chat. That lighting is not doing the second chin any favors. Yeah, I noticed that. He just got like this big ass jowl. He's got a pouch there. It's where he keeps all his fan fiction. he folds it up and puts it in his pouch. All my stucky fanfic is all in here. Officer Bud, oh my god, hang on. Officer Buck the Drussel, $5 super chat. So as long as my PR spin is good enough, I can get away with not aliving. Sweet. Basically, yeah. Bust Nut, he kind of reminds me of Andy Warhol. Don't do that to Andy Warhol. Come on, don't do that. Don't do that. He doesn't deserve that.
So, the bad guys are a multinational team headed by a mixed-race woman of color who are...
Mixed-race woman of color. Isn't that redundant? Just say woman of color.
Fighting for the people who didn't get snapped. See, following this...
Because remember, woman of color is supposed to be more inclusive. It's supposed to, it's an umbrella term to be inclusive to everyone who is not white. So that is saying mixed-race woman of color is redundant. But anyway.
Snap, or the blip as it's called, half of the population disappeared. Urban centers became virtual ghost towns, and rural areas became desolate. There was a mass migration from impoverished to rural nations towards the urban centers of wealthy ones. After a 5-year span of everyone finally getting a handle on things, bam, everyone comes back. Global organizations began scrambling to organize a smooth transition.
What's this guy do with gay shit? Did you have to flex on your, on how woke you are before you got to, you jerking off to straight characters?
Blipped people to return to their homes and lives as if nothing had happened. Unfortunately, this meant forcing former migrants out of the places that had become their homes, leading to mass deportations and an even more significant refugee crisis. As organizers seemed to offer more resources to people who had been blipped, the people who had been there all along are forced into refugee camps, shantytowns.
Of course, they would give more resources to the people who came back, because not only do you have to catch them up in the last 5 years, you have to tell them about dead relatives. Especially if some people, considering that some of these people probably left children, newborn babies and shit, like there's a lot they would need to be caught up on. A lot. And who's to say that they wouldn't have to also be relocated? You don't know. Some people who got re-blipped were probably fucking homeless. You gotta think about that. That's why Falcon the Winter Soldier was such shit, because they did not take any of this into consideration. Absolutely none. They didn't show like a realistic effect, the realistic effect that the blip could have had. Kobe O, $4.99 super chat. He carries his fanfics in his mouth like a mother gator does with her babies. And when he opens up, they shoot out like a South Park character puking. Excuse me. Paladin Demo, you should have seen his link in drag shit fit. He clipped that like straight drag is heresy. Like I said, Falcon the Winter Soldier was complete garbage anyway, because they didn't show like realistic consequences of the blip. They act like the people who got blip back their lives were just easy after that. And they didn't show any devastation. There was no clear sign that the world was different or that anything anything was disrupted. It was so sanitized. It's so weak. Like there should have been a lot of fucked up shit that happened during that blip. Like, because they made it look so grave and devastating at the end of Infinity War. That should have been reflected in every other Marvel property since then. After that. But they didn't. They made it just sanitized. Oh, these people good, these people bad. Sam's fucking sister was so fortunate. Like, yeah, I think she lost her husband or some shit. But she was so fortunate. She still had a house to live in. Kids were okay. They made it seem like she was doing fine, despite her whining every fucking 5 minutes that she wasn't doing fine. But yeah, she still had a house. They had a family boat. Like, regardless of how fucked up it is, you had a family boat. That's more than a lot of fucking people. But this world doesn't like me because I'm black. Like, that's what you have to worry about after the shit? After half the population being blipped, you still worried about racism? You still worried, bitch. Yeah, don't get me riled up about that show again. It sucks so bad. Paleo Angloism, £5 super chat. Hey Jay, wanted to say I'm a big fan. I'm also dying inside editing videos for Carl of your She-Hulk watch through with him. Keep up the good work. Yeah, I'm really sorry about that. I'm so sorry you had to suffer through that shit. But Godspeed to you. Phil Swift, $5 super chat. Realistically, half of the US would look like Fallout 3 after the blip. Yeah. 100%. But I don't think the writers understood that. Like, even the refugees look clean and well taken care of. It's like, where's the devastation that I'm supposed to believe that these refugees are having? Where is it? They don't look hungry. They don't look dirty. Oh, our accommodations are so meager. Bitch, you live in a fucking massive consulate building or whatever the fuck. Where's the suffering? Where's it at? At most, you don't get to live in other people's fucking houses anymore. Ooh. Where's the devastation? I would be fine with it if you would just show it. I hate this fucking show. I hate it.
And trapped in a cycle of bureaucratic impoverishment. The Flag Smashers are an organization which arose to steal resources to help these people and demand appropriate action from world powers who simply labeled them as terrorists. And they're the bad guys.
Yes, they're the bad guys. Oh my god, like I said, you can only understand media literacy if it's in fucking tight pants and has a nice ass. I swear to God.
Yeah, it's not a great look for a guy spangled in the American flag to be fighting against the impoverished of the world who are just trying to organize and be heard by the global powers, especially when one of the last shows...
They were heard. They had their own fucking accommodations. You're talking about, our people are dying, we need medicine. Where the fuck are the dying people? The only person that was dying was the head Flag Smasher's mother. Where are the other sick and hungry people? Where they at? All y'all look fine. Oh, I hate this show. Ooh, I hate this show.
Shots of the show was a bunch of people of color being murdered by a white guy with absolutely no repercussions.
Really? I take umbrage with people of color dying. I'm so moral, even though this is a fictional show, and these people killed innocent people, and they were being killed by another villain. But we're just gonna ignore that shit. Gamer Madness, $5 super chat. Lucky Stan Lee can't see what they did to his franchise. Yeah, I think they were waiting for him to die so they could fuck everything up. King Bash, Falcon and the Winter Soldier is dumb and the fans are somehow dumber. Yeah, I know. Bella, imperialism is bad, but I also want to jerk off to it because it's gay sex. Thank you. Bustnut, $20 super chat. here's a month's worth of Adobe subscription money, Jay. Plus, keep on growing on YouTube, baby. Congrats on the verified checkmark too. Love you. Oh yeah, thank you. One of these days I will do a 100K stream. I just gotta figure out what the fuck I'm gonna do. I was planning on maybe just, I don't know, making AI just making AI drawings the whole day and like letting y'all give me suggestions and ask questions and shit. And I would just like, I would put in you guys as prompts on like an AI art thing, and then we would like just make prompts, you know, whatever. Well, we would just make AI art, whatever. I don't know. But see, you have to pay for it, and that's the thing I don't like. I would have to come out my pocket for this shit. Ugh. Like I'm on that Dream, Dream app, that AI app, and you have to like pay for each. You have to pay for each. What the fuck they call it? Impression. You have to pay for each piece of art you do. But the thing is like the points are dependent on how many you use up with the sliders. So the number of impressions or whatever, it's not even accurate. Because you're not going to get 1,000. Like when they say you get 1,000 impressions, it's really not that much. You might get like, I'd say 100. Because the points you use on the sliders are dependent on how many, like the number of points you use, you're going to take up. You're going to take the amount of points you use, like that takes up the money you paid for it. So it's not, it's a thing, you know? I don't know if I'll do it or not. I gotta think about it.
We're just trying to organize and be heard by the global powers, especially when one of the last shots of the show was a bunch of people of color being murdered by a white guy with absolutely no...
I love how the problem is that they were murdered by a white guy and not that they were murdered by another villain. Why did, I forgot why, I forgot what the fuck is Zemo. I forgot why Zemo killed them. I'm kind of fuzzy on it. No, it's a right. Because he had a vendetta against super soldiers. He did not like the idea of people having that much power. That's why. Okay. Never mind. So yeah, actually he was completely justified in that killing. It's like, you talking about imperialism and all this shit, people with too much power. Like, well, guess what? Well, technically, by your standards, Zemo is a hero in the situation. Right?
No repercussions. This doesn't necessarily...
There's no repercussions because he was a villain and he faded to black. He got the fuck out of there. He had his butler do it, which is smart, by the way. He wasn't there at the scene. And we didn't see any repercussions because that's where the show ended. So, of course, we're not going to see anything. Higgis girl. Oh, my God. I'm so sorry if I'm mispronouncing this. $2 super chat. Butcher or Homelander, Jay? I need to know. Homelander. Butcher kind of gets on my fucking nerves, but that's a whole nother situation that I want to talk about.
Pertain to gay themes, except for the fact that the Flag Smashers fight for people who are shoved around, pushed aside, and altogether are...
Stop. Fucking stop with the bullshit.
Forgotten and ignored by their leaders. This is a very similar situation to how the queer and gay communities have been treated by our government for a significant...
Stop. We've been rounded up and put in camps where we've wearing Old Navy clothes and not been completely well fed and taken care of. What? What you talking about? This is symbiotic. This is very symbolic of how gay people have been treated. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh God, the autism.
Portion of history. But throughout this adventure is the running plot of Sam and Bucky not really liking each other for some reason. And it's never really explained why.
Yeah, which is a huge problem with the show. What's your point?
So when Mackie responds to the persistently observed romantic chemistry between his own Captain America and Bucky, he seems very critical of fans for engaging in his franchise in a way he doesn't like.
Yeah, because y'all have a habit of going to cons and making these fucking actors feel uncomfortable, and basically sexually harassing them. Can you sign my art where you're penetrating, slowly but gently penetrating Steve Rogers' rectum, please? I remember seeing chicks go to a ride at Disney World, at the Star Wars ride, and they get to they basically, and Disney knew what the fuck they were doing this shit. They were able to be harassed and like strong-armed by Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren comes in, you go in the room, Kylo Ren says a lot of evil shit and acts like he's gonna beat the fuck out of you, which is fucking weird in general. I don't know why the hell you would do that, but anyway, and a lot of girls were going in there and getting off on it, and it's like fucking creepy. Like, some of y'all are fucking creepy. Yeah, some of y'all are straight up fucking creepy. This is full stop. This is why a lot of some actors don't like doing cons, they don't like interacting with fans, because y'all fucking ruin it for everybody. I wish I could hold on, where are those videos? I want to find those videos. I want to show you how fucking weird this is. Hey, let me see if I can find it. There are a whole bunch of videos of these fucking girls getting in a room alone with Kylo Ren and being like, oh, like getting off on the fact that he's intimidating them, like some like 50 Shades of Grey type shit. It's so creepy. Let me see if I can find it. This to really hammer the point home that fandoms and the shippers and shit, like, they're just fucking creeps. They're creeps. That's why people are weary of you motherfuckers. Let's see. Let's see if we... Oh, there it is. That's one of them. I think I might have shown it already, because it says I watched it. Look at this fucking shit. Oh, y'all creeps. Like, I think there's more than this. There's more than this. I think I remember seeing, like, a compilation, but I haven't been able to find it since. But yeah, look at this shit. And Disney knew what the fuck they were doing when they did this shit. They knew what they were doing.
The resistance has hit the map. Inside Detroit. I want to move. Wait for my birthday. I'm not sure of your answer.
Oh. Not applicable. $2 super chat. Sweetheart, it's wary, like where's or where.
Sympathies for the resistance. Control your thoughts. I will do it for you.
May I ready to scan, sir?
Indeed.
Please don't lean on him, ma'am.
Control yourself.
Wait, did someone say please don't lean on him? Wait!
Indeed.
Please don't lean on him, ma'am.
Is that what she said? Please don't lean on him, ma'am. Oh my god. Oh my god. If someone fucking has to say to you, please don't lean on the actors, please. You're a creep. Period.
Thank you.
Go. And think carefully on your loyalty.
sweating.
Oh, boy. It's just fucking sad. And this motherfucker wonders why shippers and people in fandom don't get any fucking respect. Come on. Come on! Yep, I can see everyone in chat was not feeling that clip, but I had to emphasize my point.
Especially when he himself is dismissing these observations as predatorial somehow. While
Yes, they are. Keep in mind that clip I just showed.
claiming to be protecting something as beautiful as homosexuality from people who want to see heroic homosexuals and homosexuals themselves on screen, while seemingly ignoring the substantial ways in which he and Sebastian Stan were written and directed to be romantic.
No, they weren't. Ugh.
You've got the rolling in the grass scene, which has been a staple of romantic action
I can understand if they did that on purpose with each other. But no, it's because they were fucking thrown against each other because they were getting their asses kicked. You can't help but like hold on to the You can't help but hold on to the other fucking person. I mean, what the fuck?
action movies.
And I already made it clear why there's so many gags with them like always being together, because like they're, like I said, their relationship is strained. Like, it's stupid that their relationship is strained. It doesn't make any sense, but their relationship is strained and they keep like ending up back together or whatever. Like, it's supposed to be a funny gag. Like, ha ha. They're like they just can't get away from each other because they hate each other. It's that shit. It's dumb because a strain in their relationship was never established. So
For decades. A literal couples therapy session. Or the look.
it's not a couples therapy session. It's not. The
touching and all the other normal
The touching. What touching? I rarely ever remember them touching. The fuck you talking about?
rivals to lovers character beats. Bucky's reference to his dating life.
Rivals to lovers? No, they're not rivals. They're just not friends. Like I said, the relationship is strained. And they were never, like, I remember when, technically their relationship has always been, like, weird because of that scene from, what was it, Civil War? I think it was Civil War. When they were in the car together, and he was like, pull your seat up. He was like, I can't. They weren't always, they weren't always on board with each other. But I bet you, I bet money when Civil War was out, he had no inclinations of any kind of homosexuality between these two. Because you got Steve. What do you need the brown man for? You got Steve. I don't need to ship him with the brown man. Oogly Boogly, $7.99 super chat just joined. Hope you're well. I assume I've missed something really dumb. Oh yeah, a lot of stuff. But yeah, there was no like hints of the, like, I bet he would have seen no hints of them being gay in Civil War. Absolutely none. Because it's not about what's on screen or what's being teased or anything like that. It's about availability and it's about familiarity. Because Steve is dead, they need someone else to fill in that hole, so to speak. And Sam is right there. That's basically what it is. That's all it is.
Where everyone had tiger pictures in their profile, which is a very vague reference to a brief trend on Twitter where guys would post pictures where they were petting tigers. So you know which gender he's looking up on Tinder.
No, there were women too. I think I remember that from the previous stream we talked about this video. There were also women in those videos, in those pictures. It was a gender neutral. It was a totally gender neutral trend. And plus that was just a cheap way for them to reference an internet trend. That's it. That's all I do. That's what it is. You're finding shit where there's nothing there. You're reading into shit because you have an erection.
Which, yes, these are very specific, vague uses of film language that can be very easily passed over. But for the last 100 years of cinema, this was the only way that we were ever represented, so we're very used to reading into these cues. I'm sorry that some writer thought it would be funny to put it there.
Yes. Because it's a fucking lame-ass internet meme. That's the only reason why it's there. It's not to tease your stupid ass. Edward Morris, $4.99 super chat. This isn't even going into people who ship actors in real life. Those people need to log off the internet for good. Bust nut, look at his chin. Yeah, I don't want to look at his chin. I think that's the problem.
It's not like Mackie bears the sole responsibility for the queer denial of obvious queer coding. Director Kerry Skoglund spoke specifically to the Tiger Picture throwaway reference, saying, "I think we just thought of it as an oddity of the times, because he's so confused by it."
Yeah. I'm confused by it, and I'm not a fucking 75-year-old man. At not applicable, $2 super chat. Gays think everybody belongs to them, including tigers.
I mean, I'm 32 and I'm confused by the need to post pictures of yourself with a tiger in it.
Okay, so why are we having this fucking conversation then?
Dating profile. Apparently, straight guys are big on posting pictures of them with fish. Anyway, that's an incredibly specific reference relating to an incredibly specific social phenomenon, just to get dismissed away with a shallow explanation like that. And
it's not shallow. It's pretty basic. It's like, yeah, the guy who's been fucking brainwashed for a better part of a century. Yeah, he is confused by the what memes are and what internet trends are. Like, it's shallow, but not in the way he thinks it is. It's shallow. It's because it's just like, it's just a basic, fish out of water, old guy in a new century trope. That's all it is. That's it. That's what all it is. But you're making it superficial, like, this is such superficial homosexual representation. Gamer Madness, £2 super chat. He's 32. I thought he was 46. Yeah. Apparently harping on and on about Disney shit ages you.
And because we're gay, we read into these things. Is this a secret, covert gay coup that the showrunners are planning? To subvert Disney's heterosexual agenda by sneaking in gay stuff and then publicly denying it? Because this is so obvious, there's no way that the writers just thoughtlessly threw in a line that's specifically tied to a singular temporary event in recent history that neither really fits nor does it really enrich the story. Given
Yeah, it's almost like the show is shit.
the way Disney's writer assembly line churns out these scripts so meticulously, it seems weird that it would just be there for no reason.
Like, he doesn't even take into consideration that the writers are just garbage. He doesn't even entertain. That's what kills me about these fucking consumers. They don't even entertain the possibility that what they could be watching is bad. Like, this doesn't have anything to do with the story. Is it bad writing? No, it's just gay. Is this bad writing, or am I just erect right now? I don't know.
Again, this is the same show which has Sam saving the day by giving a speech to a bunch of politicians, which convinces them to pursue the best interests of the people.
Sure, Dan.
You've got a show about a genetically altered super soldier, a World War II soldier who was brainwashed into being a Soviet assassin, and a pilot with wings, becoming a symbol of American idealism. And somehow, politicians bending to the benefit of the populace at large is the most unbelievable thing. I mean, there's a whole discourse around how fiction establishes fantasy worlds which exist under a certain set of rules, but still require a certain element of social connectivity to our reality.
Faded Yellow M&M, $4.99 super chat. Those clips and the insane obsessive behavior is why a lot of normal women out there feel so uncomfortable in fandom. I swear to God, embarrassing. Very embarrassing.
But that's not this video. And honestly, videos about literary theory like that are probably not in the works. Unless you'd like to see that. If so, leave a comment below. Engagement. So what concerns me most about the Sam and Bucky ship/non-ship is that it was so clear and obvious without being explicitly stated. So no, I don't believe that the writers were oblivious. And no, I don't believe they're secretly trying to hustle some sweet, sweet gay superhero action into the show. Keep it
Then why the fuck are we having this conversation? Why is it like, it's like he goes back and forth between, okay, it could be just this an inoffensive thing and I'm a fucking idiot, but no, it's gay. It's like you're almost there. You've almost acknowledged that you're a fucking idiot. Almost. You're almost there. Just put your ego aside for a minute. But they just can't do it.
Keep in mind the popularity of Stucky. It was so prevalent that one might hazard a guess that the ongoing popularity of Chris Evans as Captain America was owed to the fan fervor for the meta-fictitious romance with...
No, no. The popularity of this character was, it's all due to us. We stroked our genitals. We stroked our genitals in solidarity of Daddy Cap, okay? And that's what put him, and that's what drove him up to the stratosphere in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's not that the movies were good and we really that the movies were well written and Chris Evans played the shit out of that character. No, it's because, I'm sorry, no, it's because we... Because of our fan fiction, because of our loneliness, because of our inability to have meaningful relationships with other human beings, that is what brought this franchise to popularity. Get fucked. You have no idea. You may think because you're on the internet a lot and you have a lot of like-minded people in your corner that you're this huge thing. You're not. On the internet, you're like on the internet. Yeah, a lot of people may know you as the Stucky bro, but in real life, no one gives a shit. No one would actually even think that fandom would run this deep, or even know what a fandom fucking is, or even what shippers are. Like that shipping shit is just like a little blip, but at the same time, it's the most vocal fucking thing if you do want to partake in fandom. If you do want to have a conversation with motherfuckers and they start in on that fucking autistic bullshit. But yeah, in the grand scheme of things, like that's a nothing thing. This franchise is like a multi-billion-dollar franchise, and you think that's all attributed to your dry dick ass? All right, whatever.
Stands Bucky. Also keep in mind that romantic tension between Steve and Bucky was never explicitly written or directed into the story. Instead, it just naturally grew out of the performances of these two actors. Contrast that against Falcon and the Winter Soldier, where it was so brazen, it almost hurt to watch. So my worry is that these new gay references with plausible deniability came directly from the executives, as a way to kind of fan the flames for Stucky and fast-track whatever ship names Sam and Bucky have. Sucky? Saki? Saki? Bam? The ongoing gay baity rumors certainly help the show cycle around gay media and earn a lot of shares and engagement on gay social media. Is this a very calculated...
Like, social media impressions and engagement is supposed to be a reflection of a show's quality and popularity. It doesn't result in popularity. It's the side effect of popularity. It's the other way around. Oh, we talked a lot on the internet about how hot Sam and Bucky are. That's clearly why the show is popular. That's clearly, yeah. Like, no, that's not how that works. So, like, because if that were the case, Batwoman's ratings would have shot the fuck up, but they didn't, because only a small fucking subset of people were talking about that show. It ain't hard to get trending on Twitter. It's not that hard. Son of the D, 750-isk. People who usually ship like that never experience real friendship and live shallow lives. And this is coming from a bi guy. Glib Facsimile, $5 super chat. Isn't homosexuality cultural appropriation of straight color? Straight culture? Just kidding. But you can't have cultural appropriation and multiculturalism. Choose one or none. True. Bust nut. $100, I bet this guy leans over and viciously smells his own farts.
Move designed to get some extra engagement for these characters by making it so obvious to us, the gays, while even the actors and directors are prone to write it off as just normal straight boys. Us gays are pretty good at getting things to trend on Twitter, after all. Sure, at first
but
there's
that doesn't,
the initial annoyance of gay baiting.
That doesn't translate to, oh my god, pause. That doesn't translate to ratings. You tweeting about the show is a result of the show being popular. It's not the other way around. Please learn this. For the love of God. We got something trending on Twitter. That means it's gonna be... No. People actually think they make a difference by making things trend on Twitter. It's so sad. Ugh. It's more sad than funny, actually.
Get a little uncomfortable. That very clear gay experiences are being lifted from gay stories where they belong and then thrown into a piece of media that everyone, okay, a lot of people, come away with the belief that these are perfectly straight experiences. Like, on one hand, yes, dismantling toxic masculinity means making it acceptable for two straight men to be emotionally intimate with each other. But on the other hand, there is a bi or homophobic reading of that where a dude's masculinity is tough enough to be emotional with bros, but still fragile enough not to bite the bullet and just, you know, instead it just goes.
Why can't you just be gay? You're being sensitive. That means you're fucking gay. You toxic masculine dudes are just gay. Why? Okay, we're back. Okay, we're back. We're back. Like I was saying before, that mindset is low-key predatory. I mean, are you really trying to dismantle toxic masculinity, or are you just a faggot? Are you sure you just don't want cocking down your throats when you say that it's okay to cry in front of your homeboys? I think you just want cock down. I think you just want my cock down your throat. I think that's what it is. I think you don't like pussy anymore. I think that's what it is. Because, you know, being emotional and having emotional intelligence is always tied into your sexuality almost every time. It is always tied into someone you're blowing. That's how that works. Not applicable, $2 super chat, straight men, gay, sensitivity, slightly bend over. Oh. Riddler of Justice, big gay, doesn't like what you're saying, jail. All right, I think we're back. I think we're fine. I disconnected then reconnected again, which was weird because OBS didn't go in the red. All right, I think we're fine. I think we're all right. But yeah, it's very groomy, you know, what he says. I just see him sitting down with one of his straight friend. Well, it's a stretch to assume that he has friends, but hypothetically, let's just say he has friends who are straight. I just imagine him sitting down talking to one of those straight friends that he's attracted to and trying to gaslight him into thinking that he's gay just because he likes looking at the sunset or some shit, you know? It's just very, very, very predatory, that mentality. Because imagine if this was the other way around. Oh, yeah, you're a lesbian. Like, a straight guy had a lesbian friend. Like, yeah, you're a lesbian, but you also use dildos in the shapes of penises, which means you technically like penises, which means you technically like men. I mean, come on. I think you just want to fuck me. You're a lesbian chick who likes to cook in the kitchen. Yeah, I think you're just straight. Sorry. I don't make the rules.
not gay.
That statement, while seeming to fight against patriarchal values of masculinity, actually reinforces an existing hierarchy where straight is closer to masculinity than gay is. It's like
It depends.
the woke.
It depends. If being gay is if we're talking about, let's say you, for example, I wouldn't put you in the masculine territory at all. Sorry, I just wouldn't, because I don't think masculine men are going around shipping and. Sorry, I just don't. Plenty of masculine gay men, but you ain't one of them. Because, like I said, I don't think masculine dudes are going around shipping and acting like a passive-aggressive girl once their ship doesn't work out the way they want it to. That's not what masculine men do.
Of saying no homo. So why is Mr. Mackey so quick to defend homosexuality while at the same time doing everything he can to affirm Sam Wilson's heterosexuality? Instead of saying that art is in the eye of the beholder and that whether the character is straight or gay would not detract from his accomplishments and interpersonal relationships.
What the fuck is up with his setup back here? Like, what is this? It's like did he hang up a bunch of fucking Blu-rays, like X-rays? Like, what the fuck? I'm still trying to figure this out, but yeah, that just derailing for a quick second.
The real kick in the proverbial balls was that these comments dropped in Pride Month. And, unfortunately, Anthony Mackie's no homo comments set a precedent at Disney all month long. Gonna be upfront. I loved Loki. I would have actually got to love it a whole bunch more if so.
I know you loved it despite it being not as gay as you wanted it to be because you're a fucking consumer.
Media wasn't swarmed with bi-pan Loki celebrations and debates. God, this is gonna be a mess. I'm gonna get canceled. But in the case of Loki, I'm just not sure if it qualifies as representation. I realize the point about me being an exclusively gay man is that I don't need to feel represented by Loki. But just in a matter of tallying up the sum of the show's parts, I'm not wholly sure how anyone could. In the words of Russell T Davies, the creator of Queer as Folk, he said this about Loki. Loki makes one reference to being bisexual once, and everyone's like, oh my god, it's like a pansexual show. It's like one word. He said the word prince, and we're meant to go, thank you, Disney, aren't you marvelous? It's pathetic. This is a queer creator who, in the 1990s and early 2000s, ran a show about open and explicitly gay, lesbian, and bisexual characters. And in this formula, Queer as Folk was so popular on Showtime that its runtime had to be extended by an extra 15 minutes because the network was selling more ad space than it could fit into an hour-long time slot. And if that aired in the early 2000s, entering into the Bush era of America, why does our bisexual Loki only get a one-line vagary about princes? And no,
because they had to sell the romance between him and Lady Loki, because he was not the main. Let's be real. For one thing, like, because he's so fucking tone deaf when it comes to media literacy that he doesn't get that. Yeah, the show was completely. His character was sandbagged for it, and Lady Loki was meant to be put on the forefront, not him. Gamer Madness, 2 pound super chat. That's why I didn't explore him that much, because the show wasn't fucking about him. It was about the other bitch. Gamer Madness, 2 pound super chat. This gay be like, do you know I love Disney? L. Hickson, because that line was pandering, dumbass. Basically. But yet, Loki wasn't even, like, from what I heard from people who have actually seen the show is not even about him. It's made to humiliate him, just to boost up Lady Loki. So trying to find a bunch of meaningful references to his sexuality was a fruitless effort. Like, sorry. You were duped into that just like you're duped into watching all this shit. Whether gay or straight or not, you're being duped into watching this shit. You fucking idiot. Stop watching them. Stop giving them money, period. But you're still gonna watch it. And you're gonna still take whatever baiting they give you because you have no standards. Because if you did, like I said before, if you did have standards, you point out gay LeFou and all this shit, but you're not gonna do that. Kill Switch Engaged. Who genuinely sees this guy upload a video and gets excited to watch it? Like, thought I heard something. Who is his audience? Because I don't even think most gay people would like this. Yeah, he's got that the stereotypical like sad. It's not even a real personality. It's like the same. It's like wash, rinse, repeat. ContraPoints. It's the same shit. Bisexual lighting, and I'm very sarcastic and very dry, and my points are kind of shitty. That's basically it. Joey Joester, $5 super chat. Why do people like him use big words to express their invaluable opinion? I get it, dude. You don't know how real life works. Yeah, like I said, everything is just to make himself look more important. Like, this video was directed by me. Written and directed by me. Like, motherfucker, it's a YouTube video. Relax.
Nobody's asking for Tom Hiddleston to have a full-on contact sex scene. Loki is neither the place for that, nor would any Marvel movie benefit from a sex scene. And sure, we can still have the Loki-Sylvie love plot, but like, some more significant reference to bisexuality would be more appreciated. Film and television are visual mediums, and if there is a component of your
like, I don't want, like, I'm not saying a sex scene should be in it. I'm just saying, like, we should just randomly mention that he's bisexual, but to sate the fucking children in the audience. Not to mention, like, what's he supposed to do in the middle of fucking saving the world? Just turn to the camera and be like, oh, I gargled a man's cock once. Just letting you, the audience, just letting y'all know. I have deep-throated a man. And then and just go back to the scene like nothing ever happened? Like, what the fuck do you expect? What do you want? Because y'all don't ever, like, say exactly what you want. And how would I rewrite this to make it more gay inclusive? I mean, I have seen that, but it's usually the cringiest fucking shit I have ever heard. I remember I read, it's not gay shit, but I remember reading Shippers, they rewrote the end of Rise of Skywalker to be more, Reylo inclusive, and it was the worst shit I've ever read. It was bad. It was garbage. Oh, the bots are back. I think someone got them already, though. Yeah, they're gone. But yeah, it was the worst fucking shit I had ever read because y'all don't know what the fuck you're doing. Let's be honest. As much as you still, like, some of these fanfiction writers could do better than the actual writers. Like, you could probably say it now about Marvel Disney. They probably could. But there was a time when Marvel was very good and then shippers actually fucking thought this of themselves. And I'm like, no, you can't do better than them. You just can't. I've read some of y'all's shit. It's fucking terrible. All y'all care about is characters getting fucked, making stupid ass references, and just like overall cheesy fucking dialogue. Y'all do the same shit anyone else does, but worse. Much worse. Gambam07, what's going on in the background? Is that like Chainsaw Killer in your house? Like I said, I mentioned his background. I have no idea what the fuck any of this shit is.
your story that is not represented visually, then it has failed in a significant way. Also, because if necessary, that little prince and or princesses exchange between Sylvie and Loki can be removed, and it wouldn't change the story. According to rumors, when Mobius imprisons Loki in a time loop, it was initially going to be Loki getting kneed in the balls by a jilted lover. A man. Which would have been a great way to call attention to the bisexuality of his character.
But they needed more female representation, so it was, what was her name? Queen Sif? Sif, I don't know what the fuck her name is. But they needed more female representation, so they got her instead. Like, sometimes your gay shit is just being ruined by more female representation, to be honest. Major, because you got a bunch of, like, no offense, you got a bunch of fucking liberal white women in charge of this shit, and they want more of them in this material. They get a bunch of, like, no writing, narcissistic, liberal white women in charge of these big franchises, and they want more of them in this material. That's why you're not getting, that's one of the reasons why y'all not getting the right gay representation. Like, I can't relate to this shit. Major Chris, $5 super chat. He talks, but he doesn't know what he's saying. By the way, what's your opinion on the creators of the Owl House sticking to Disney after they canceled them? I don't know. I don't know anything about that shit. To be fair. Ebony Williams, I browse Tumblr. You're not wrong in the slightest. Yeah, I know. Galfrey and Avenger, £5 super chat. Loki irreparably damages the continuity and narrative of the MCU, but of course this MFer's lens is laser focused on McGay's. Yeah. Oh, Burst! Hey, what's up, Burst? Burst Angel 15, $2 super chat. This person eats nothing but adult Happy Meals. True.
Because it references a former MLM tryst without obstructing the developing romance between Loki and Sylvie for what it is. But a problem with Disney's bisexual representation here is two things. First, that bisexual characters are usually depicted as villains. It's a way
Oh, stop it.
to paint villains as being deviant by saying they're excessively horny perverts because they like men and women. An additional problem with Loki verbally confirming bisexuality is that Lokis in the MCU and the source material are very well known for being liars, especially while they're in a situation where they're trying to manipulate Sylvie. There is greater textual evidence to suggest that they're trying to relate to her by earning her trust. Can we really take that as substantial evidence? But the second problem is that bisexuality has, in many instances, in film and television, been used as a cop-out for self-congratulatory queer representation, and then sticking the
But bisexual people are in the queer spectrum. So what's the problem? What's the problem? Yeah, I can see this going to be one of those things. Well, bisexuals aren't like real queer. They're just like kind of half queer. It's not really, not authentic. It's not artisanal gay. It's not artisanal queer. It's not organic. I only have organic queer. Not processed queer. Like those filthy bis.
Bisexual character in exclusively heterosexual romances, which is annoying and maybe even a contributing factor to some of the animosity toward bisexual people in...
It sounds like the only one being having animosity towards bi people is you. That seems like a cop out. Like queer representation, bi people. That doesn't gel to me.
In queer circles. And no, bisexuals don't owe anyone proof of anything, especially because
you just said they did. You basically just implied they did. I mean, bi people in exclusively heterosexual relationships. I'm sorry, I need a little bit more queer than that.
identity is internal. However, fiction has different rules. All we can verify of a given character is what we, the audience, sees on screen. Any verbal reference and assumptions can be dismissed. There's actually a rule in TV and film that unless you see a character die, there's no proof that they're dead, and that normally holds up. They can pop back up at any time. So Loki can talk about his past all he wants, but unless we have flashbacks or other indications, we as an audience can't truly accept what is said.
Yeah, he said he sucked men's cocks, but I want to see it. Now, keep in mind, this motherfucker just said, I don't want, like, sex scenes or anything. I don't want, we don't need, like, any overt shit. But, like, him just saying it isn't enough for you? Him just saying it, see what I'm saying? He just keeps going back and forth. Ugh.
Which is exactly what Disney wants. They want to say they have diversity without doing anything to commit to it.
But you're calling out the wrong shit! You're calling out the wrong fucking shit.
It's one thing to be struggling to force our own presence into media, but now we're just asking to be represented in media
No, you're begging. It's not asking at this point. It's
that
begging.
is controlled by straight people, which means our representation is essentially gifted to us, and that we ought to be grateful no matter how it comes out, which inevitably sets a precedent.
To be fair, like, no one owes you anything. To be perfectly fair. Like, people can make whatever the fuck they want, how they want it, and no one really owes you any kind of representation. Like, in terms of representation, like, you are owed quality, but you're not owed representation. People can make whatever the fuck they want, how the fuck they want it, as long as it's good. But you're not owed, like, oh, the hero has to look like me. No, they don't. They can look how the fuck I want them to look. And you can just sit there and either watch it or not. It can look however the fuck the creator wants them to look. Or act the way they want them to act, as long as the shit's good. As long as you're not getting took. And like I said, there actually is real queer baiting in Disney's properties. But he's looking at the wrong shit. Falcon and Winter Soldier? Really? I mean, Loki, but he fucking explicitly said that, yeah, fuck guys too. But see, that's not enough. I have to see it. I have to see it. No, you don't. It's the same thing you could say about bi people in real life. Like, you ain't gotta see. Why the fuck you need to see bi people fucking the same gender or the same sex for you to get validated? Oh, but like in media is different. No, motherfucker. Because you want to equate this shit to real life, to like the real life LGBT. You cannot suddenly separate it now. Like, this doesn't have anything to do with like real life bi people or like real life. No. You just said that this shit has an effect on real world gay shit. Like, this has a real detrimental or positive effect on how gay people are perceived and all this shit. So when you make all these fucking claims that just saying you were in a queer relationship isn't good enough, you're really saying that about bi people. You're really making that claim about bi people. You're not fucking slick. You're not fucking slick.
For straight creators deciding what is and is not acceptable queer representation, which is limited to what they're comfortable depicting and to experiences that they're aware of. You'd think Loki wouldn't have this problem given that the head showrunner was herself bisexual. However, her willingness to depict honest bisexual experiences were prevented by executives and producers. So her creative vision was limited by what the producers were comfortable with, and their agendas remain ambiguous.
Because you still have to, keep in mind, you still have to market this shit to everybody. And like derailing the show just for like some gay shit is kind of dumb. I mean, they hire these people explicitly because they are, what do you call it? They are easy to manipulate. They're cheap labor. Whenever they hire someone who's like, whenever a studio brags about the fact that they hired a gay person, a black person, whatever, what they're really trying to tell you is they're cheap labor who will do whatever the fuck we want for a paycheck. Oh, I just had no control over doing like this thing. I couldn't do the thing because they said I couldn't do the thing. Yeah, because you are a spineless, straight out of fucking film school. Probably have a gender studies degree, motherfucker. You're not a real creative. So you just fold because you actually just feel lucky to be there. You collect your check and you go. And you have these people in your face pontificating and making you feel comfortable and making you feel like you're the best person in the fucking world just because you are insert this minority here. They butter you up, they make you feel important, and they basically trick you into making sterile, factory-made bullshit. I'm not saying any of these motherfuckers are talented, because we still, like, the shit that they did get to do with their Marvel properties is not good. It's bullshit. Especially Malcolm Spellman and his dumbass. I I've seen Bel Air and what he did with that. That's not even good. So we can't say that, oh, Marvel's holding me back. Oh, Marvel's holding me back. Like, no, I've seen what you've done apart from Marvel. That's not good either. So I'm not saying these people are talented, but I'm saying they're easy to manipulate. And they're only being used for their labels, and that's about it. I mean, they got a fucking Middle Eastern dude to do Moon Knight. Why do you specifically need a Middle Eastern dude to do Moon Knight? You didn't. You clearly didn't, because it was still generic and sanitized, and it wasn't interesting. So that made no fucking difference whatsoever. Like, do you think, like, let's think, they could, like, someone like a $1 billion corporation could, if they wanted to, get someone like Scorsese and Spielberg, Tarantino. They could, but they won't, because those motherfuckers, if you say boo to them, they can't do something, they're gonna be like, well, fuck you then. These people are not to be worked with because they don't like creativity. That's because they're gonna put you on blast and be like, don't work for Marvel, because they're not on creativity. They're on people. They want to be able to like manipulate and weave their own little bullshit, and they want to make entertainment is just as generic and digestible as possible. That's what it is. They could get. You think they couldn't get Spielberg, De Niro, and like. You think they couldn't get some of the big actors to be in their shit? Like, there are some big actors in their stuff, but you think they couldn't get the people like Tom Hanks? You think they can get those people? They have enough money, they have enough clout to do it, but they're not going to. They want people who just want to check. They're not going to go after people. They're not going to call people in who want to be creative. It's just not happening. So if you're expecting quality to come to Marvel, it ain't happening. Because they just want to make product. They could easily get like a huge director or actor to be in their shit. But that would that would imply that they're open to creativity, and they're just not gonna do that. Anyway,
suffice to say, after all the effort to slip in that one line of bisexual confirmation into the show,
yeah, what Chad Rubner, what Chad said, they want factory workers. Exactly, they want factory workers. When like people like I said, Scorsese, Spielberg, and Tarantino, they are the CEOs. They are CEO level. But our Marvel wants factory workers. They don't want CEOs. They want factory workers. People they can control and mistreat. That's why you hear about the VFX. That's why you hear about the VFX workers being mistreated. Because they're easy to mistreat. The fuck they gonna do? They'll just get more VFX workers. But you can't mistreat Tarantino. You can't mistreat Spielberg. You can't mistreat Scorsese, because they gonna make you fucking regret it, I'm pretty sure.
Guess who didn't get invited back for the second season of Loki? Her. Everyone else is coming back, not her. But forget about bisexuality for a second, because apparently the straights can't wrap their head around that for some reason.
Neither can you, apparently.
Loki tried to get a step further and serve some non-binary representation as well. And well, it was an attempt. In the first episode of the show, we see an identification card that depicts Loki's sex as fluid. To a lot of the uninformed,
yeah, but that's stupid though, because he is clearly a man. He was born male. He was a fucking frost giant. He was descended from frost giants. He was clearly male. He just shapeshifts. That's shapeshifting does not mean your gender is fluid. That's so fucking dumb. And that's also an error on the show's part. That doesn't mean anything coming from you or them.
This is great non-binary representation. To the young queers who still have a twinkle of optimism in their eye, this is a great first step. To those of us who have non-binary friends who are old enough to become cynical about it, this is annoying. I feel like they wanted to drop a queer nod, but didn't really feel it was important to switch up their gritty 70s bureau aesthetic. Or that the fluidity was referencing Loki's shape-shifting abilities, which I'm not sure if he's even shape-shifted into a woman in the MCU. But either way, Loki's abilities in the films are focused around creating illusions, which distract from the reality, not actually changing his chromosomes. He does this in the comics, though, but not in the movies. Also damning is how, in spite of the TVA's wokeness around including fluid on the intake form, literally everyone in the show's early episodes makes an explicit point of referring to Loki as a man. Again, which is reprised when Hiddleston's Loki asks the other Lokis if they've ever met a woman Loki, to which they shudder and say no. Sexism light, okay. But if Loki is sex fluid, why would a qualification about a man and woman even matter? The inability of the showrunners to distinguish a difference between sex and gender is not a trait that they want to share with TERFs. And this is, I think we will find going forward, a problem that will become more and more prevalent in media. Because it seems...
Of course they're trying to entertain TERFs, because that's explicitly what a fucking billion-dollar corporation would want to do. We gotta make friends with the TERFs, guys. We can't piss off the TERFs. Glib facsimile, $10 super chat. They outsource the VFX to places like Vietnam, India, because in America, the unions have a ridiculous amount of power and corpos hire young elites with low experience out of college to run productions. God, no wonder everything's fucked up. A Mason Canoe. Why did he bring up TERFs, though? Because he has to. When you talk about LGBT shit on YouTube, you just gotta randomly start talking about TERFs.
To me, that media in which we are explicitly represented is the least likely to contain any kind of queer experience, other than maybe coming out. And yet, we find a myriad of our experiences in stories where we are not explicitly represented, which then annoys us to no end because we have to submit a formal research thesis when we try and convince people that these are, in fact, our experiences.
We don't get shown our experiences. But we have to keep telling straight people that our experiences are being shown. Which is it? Which is it? Either your experiences are never shown or they are. Make up your fucking mind. Oh, this the mouth farting. Glib facsimile being queer isn't a personality. Yeah, I wish a lot of people would fucking realize that. Pixie, he can't distinguish between sex and gender. Is he saying this fictional sex fluid dude is proof that sex isn't real? I think he is. Loki can turn into a girl. That means I can turn into a girl. It's so fucking childish. Like, these motherfuckers are literally children. MCU fans are kids. How can I feel good about gender fluidity if I can see Loki turn into a girl? I need to feel like I can turn into a girl with magic. The fuck? Oh.
With There wasn't really any early indications that Raya and the Last Dragon was going to be gay, but here we are. When the movie hit Disney Plus, there was a swarm of lesbian fans who picked up on all the innuendos that were too subtle for most of the straights to see.
Yeah, you guys are such Apparently my internet went out, but I don't see my shit going red. That's weird. Winterfire, peeps on Twitter are panicking. People are going to dress up as Jeffrey Dahmer threatening violence. People should do it. Complete with a pride flag as he was gay. Maybe some sparkly red glitter. Joseph the Gamer, 15, 199 super chat. Have you watched Pillar of Garbage She-Hulk video? I don't even know who the hell it is. Maybe I'll look it up. Let me see if I can copy paste that. Damn it. Morganshire. Stop calling everyone the straights. Yeah, I remember this joke from Riff Tracks that was funny. It was from one of those Harry Potter Riff Tracks. Like, you see, Harry, when people are different from you, it's good to come up with a funny sounding name or slur to describe them. Yeah, so It just reminds me of that for some reason.
Whereas my discussion for Falcon and the Winter Soldier was focused around how gay-coded experiences are being co-opted into normative masculinity, and how Loki was about the erasure of bisexuality and non-binary experiences in lieu of vague self-identification, which does...
You can't erase something that's not there. Loki is not non-binary. He's just a shape-shifter. He's a shape-shifter. He's not non-fucking binary. Where do you get this shit from? Z20... hang on a sec. My eye's itching. What's your favorite Tarantino movie? Love ya. God damn it. This one's tough because I haven't really seen all of them yet. I've only seen most of them. I can't even say. I feel like I would be giving, it'd be a disservice to Tarantino to like name a favorite if I haven't seen all of his movies yet. But, right now it's Pulp Fiction, but you know, that's because I like the whole intersecting storyline thing. A lot of cool characters, you know. It left an impression on me as a kid when I first saw it, but you know, it might change. I gotta watch more of his movies. Not applicable. $2 super chat. Doesn't straight also imply they're crooked?
Does not necessarily match the character's portrayal. Raya speaks to a phenomenon that has already happened.
Gal pals.
On a first watch of Raya, I saw some cute chemistry between Raya and the antagonist Namari. I thought, sure, it's there if you want to see it, but it could just be an instance of girls being friends. And then I listened to exactly what had just come out of my mouth. Because in spite of the aggressive gay flirting in Raya and the Last Dragon, not to mention the pet name, which roughly translates to strangely beautiful, I had been conditioned by society to just write it off as girl things.
I've been conditioned by social cues and reading the room like a normal person that people who are friends are friends. I try to reject that because I'm a fucking tryhard. I don't want to be normal. I want to be a fucking idiot because I equate idiocy with being a freak. And being a freak is a good thing because it's not normal. I'm an asshole. Now, keep in mind, I haven't really seen the dragon ladies. I haven't seen that shit. But I'm gonna take a huge fucking guess and just say there's no lesbianism in it. I'm just gonna take a wild fucking guess. I'm gonna take a wild guess. Correct me if you will. But I'm just gonna take a wild guess and say it ain't gay.
The permissibility of girls to be emotional and thus emotionally and physically close with each other has made it difficult for lesbians to exist in visible ways. Not that girls shouldn't be emotional, but there must be some lingering homophobia around to look at two girls holding hands and say BFFs before girlfriends. We really ought to look at lesbian erasure and get concerned for the future of queer representation that one day, maybe one day soon, our stories and expressions are going to be swallowed into an amoebus heap of, hey, it's actually straight after all media, where the identities that queer people have struggled and endured to live and validate will be depicted through straight characters who have not had any such.
And what really makes me laugh is that he equates having being emotionally centered and just having emotions and being sensitive as being gay, yet he has shown no sensitivity or emotion this entire fucking video. He's a fucking robot. He's a sassy gay robot throughout this entire fucking video. It's like, yeah, we're predisposed to like, you know, being emotionally centered and like sensitivity. That's why I talk like a monotone gay robot and constantly do these hand gestures every few seconds when I'm emphasizing a point.
Suffering associated with their straightness. Not that Raya herself had many elements of her story as being coded queer. Her suffering is more related to a literal apocalypse than alienation, social ridicule, or willful parental abandonment. But the ways in which she expresses a very tumultuous physical attraction to a rival really should not require a heterosexual explanation. And yet, when people try to argue in favor of Raya's gay leanings, they are met with corrections specifying that these are, in fact, straight things, and that lesbians are just
No, not straight things, just friend. So are you implying that straight people are the only ones who can be friends with people? Because you're like, only straight people are saying it's only straight things. No, we're saying that it's like friendship, how normal people interact. Like, if you want to like give all the normal points to us, that's fine. I'm more than willing to take it. But keep in mind what you're doing to your community when you make these implications. only straight people can be friends with the opposite. No. You can't be friends. Only straight people can be friends with other people, with people of the opposite sex. We cannot. And like when you're clearly a sensitive man, you're gay. When you're a sensitive woman, you can be sensitive with other women. You're gay. Gay. You have the ability to see friendship. Us gays do not. I mean, come on. We have monkeypox. Monkeypox, bitch. Clearly, we don't believe in friendship. As soon as we come out the womb, just fucking each other, like, because that's just the way life is, playa. That's the gays. Gamer Madness, £5 super chat. Gay robot sounds like Disney's next TV show. Oh, Gam Bam, I got news for you. It means you're gay. That'll never not be funny. Jesus. Oh, that Ice-T quote. Yeah, I got news for you. That means you're gay. Son of the D, 750 isk. If you took the gay away from him, he would have nothing. Yeah, pretty much. Oh, excuse me. Not applicable. $2 super chat. They don't want normalization, but preference. Jesus Christ. Winter Fire. Did you see the Haryana Hook video on how Turning Red, a movie about a Canadian Asian family, gets black culture wrong? Oh my God, that sounds beautiful. Hang on a second. I think I might. How it gets black culture wrong. Oh God. I think I might look that up right quick. Just right quick. Just a little detour because he does bore me to tears a little bit. Come on. Sometimes this. I need a new computer. I need a legit PC. I'm sick of this fucking laptop sometimes. Just like, oh, I would have everything if I had like a decent computer. Jeanette E. Hellis, $4.99 super chat. Is it safe to say that he and others on the internet might be projecting onto characters whom we think might be gay? Maybe he's projecting. Yeah, that's basically what it is. Oh, here it is. Turning Red's black problem. Oh my God, she's one of those YouTubers. One of those ironic YouTubers that uses like text with like, it's always the first letter is never capitalized and it's always got pastel colors and shit. Oh God. Yeah, this is gonna be annoying.
Just reading too much into it.
But I don't want to like derail this and have to come back to this video again because I didn't finish it. So we gotta get through this one first. We gotta get through it.
Of Raya, Kelly Marie Tran, confirmed in interviews that her portrayal of Raya was intendedly gay. There is still a persistent wall of denial. Well,
maybe because the actors and the writers and producers don't talk to each other. That could also be something. Yeah, she, in her own little personal bubble, made the character fucking gay herself. That doesn't mean it was written that way. And I thought the actor's opinion didn't fucking matter when it came to this. You made that explicitly clear with Anthony Mackie. His opinion doesn't fucking matter, but Kelly Marie Tran's opinion does. I see you, motherfucker. Z50 Zisk. I'm still excited for your Falcon and Winter Soldier video, but you can make it into a series or one big video about how MCU sucks now. Yeah, true.
If Raya was too subtle, Disney was going to double down on quashing rumors of gays in their studio in Pride Month of all times.
During Pride Month? You do this to me on Pride Month? Y'all put too much stock in Pride Month. Like, you put so much stock in Pride Month while also criticizing Pride Month for being fucking consumerist and meaningless. Like, see what I'm saying? Like, all of our queer representation is shit, but I will partake in it no matter what. Like, that's why no one takes you seriously. Iconaduel, $4.99 super chat. Thanks for making online medical scribe training more bearable. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, here comes Luca. Prepare to be creepy.
Pixar's Luca, set to come out in... Well, it wasn't going to come out, but the movie was going to get released in June of 2021. And
that was a joke.
from the first trailer, the word on gay Twitter was calamari by your name. Actually, it was all of Twitter. Film YouTube was abuzz about how Disney...
It was not all of Twitter. It's all of Twitter, but it was only film Twitter. Film Twitter, like the most literate... the most media literate of everybody, of every human being on Earth.
had finally made a gay animated movie. Straight guys were excited to see.
And the only reason why they made the association between Call Me By Your Fucking Name and this is because of the name Luca. I think the director's name of Call Me By Your Name is also Luca. It takes place in Italy during the summer on beaches and shit, and it's two guys. That's it. That's the association they made. And they took it fucking seriously the whole time. This is gay representation because it's kind of similar to this other gay film. Like, all of my media literacy ends with how much a movie is similar to another movie. It's the same fucking dumbasses who will be in a comment section for a new movie and be like, "Oh, this is just like Ocean's 11." Just because there's more than one person, just because the movie may be about like a heist and has more than one person in it. Like, no, it's not just like Ocean's 11, you fucking retard. It's not how that works. Like, it's very lazy fucking comparisons that a fucking child could make. Oh my god, it's just like this, bro. It's just like this. It's basically the same shit.
Disney's version of Call Me By Your Name meets The Shape of Water. By the time the movie hit Disney Plus, I was half convinced they were actually going to do it. But no, they're just very good friends.
These two children are just very good friends. I'm so disappointed that these kids weren't in a romantic relationship in my presence. All right, creep. That's fucking weird. Why would you even put this in here? That's weird. That is so fucking weird. I'm sorry.
Affirmed straight men watching this video now, all two of you. Is it gay to...
Wow, they're on a bike together. That's gay. Because it's not like the kids in my neighborhood had to double up on bikes because they were fucking poor. No, they were just fags. They were just big old poor people are faggots. You see, when one person has a bike and the other doesn't, and they have to hitch a ride with somebody, that means they're fucking gay. These two children are gay. Oh my god, they side hugged, gay, two children being affectionate, gay. Here's the thing. Children are naturally fucking affectionate with people they like. So the fact that, like, you're seeing sex and romance in it, it's just, as an adult, that's fucking weird. It's weird.
For all the affirmed straight men watching this video now, all two of you. Is it gay to...
He posed funny. Faggot. He's kitchen a ride with his friend. Gay. Like, that's a standard pose for any two friends in anything. Like, look at, like, Woody and Buzz did the same fucking thing. There's a whole meme around it. Hang on. Oh, God, I think I spelled meme wrong like a jackass. See that? Hang on. Oh, shit. Copy image address. I'll just do it this way. See it? Woody and Buzz, fucking gay! They're gay! Homos! It's the same fucking pose. It's the same pose. It's shit. It's the same goddamn pose. But of course you look at two cute little boys, you know, doing the same pose and you're like, oh, that's gay. That is so fucking weird! That is so weird. Like, he had to grab onto him because they're in a very dire situation where they could be separated and killed. Are you fucking serious? This is aggravating because it's like, you are not doing a thing for the whole groomer. You are really, like, the whole groomer thing that's going around now. You are not doing any favors to the gay community right now. This is not a good look. You're putting, like, all this innocuous shit from a kid's movie between two kids. And you're like, oh my God, that's so gay. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Once again, roll down it. What is it with you and rolling down hills? That is so fucking homosexual to you. Wow, hugging. I'm waiting for him to say something about their little shorts. See, I wore shorts like that. Very gay shorts. So clearly these kids are gay. Not that it's summertime or anything and people just naturally wear shorts. He put a hand on his shoulder. Gay. A hug. Gay.
Okay, so the movie was unabashedly blunt in its depiction of literally every gay man's gay experiences growing up.
Where the fuck are you getting this from? I had friends when I was young. That clearly meant that I was gay. Not applicable. $2 super chat. There's a reason this is the go-to insult. Gross. Brian Manuel. Two kids act like kids and have fun like any normal kid. Weirdo tries to ship them. Red flag. Oh, the field. $5 super chat. This bundle of sticks attitude is the reason why dudes showing affection gets awkward. Nobody wants to be creeped on by a weird groomer for hugging. Oh, the crosses and the bite deity he's holding back the demons. Zed 20 Zisk. F Mary Kill. Henry Cavill, Rags, Mauler. Oh God. Kill Rags, of course. Oh, Henry Cavill and Mauler, that's hard. Fuck, Mary, kill. Like I said, definitely kill Rags. Damn it! This is hard. See, but if you marry someone, you get to fuck them all the time. So I think I would marry Henry Cavill and then like just fuck Mauler. Cause I barely even know who knows Mauler. Who knows who Mauler is anyway? He's very shadowy and mysterious. You can't build a marriage off that. So I'd marry Henry Cavill. Writer of Justin Mauler goes on too long. Yes, he does, but that can be beneficial in other ways. Petite, $2 super chat. They're not gay, just European. Yeah, that's another thing. Because a lot of Europeans are like that. European dudes that like they're a lot more emotionally expressive than like American dudes. Well, not that, but like they like that shit's just normal for them, and they're not like. It doesn't always mean that they're like people like, let's just say people are too hyper fixated on what's gay and what isn't, and they're not. I think. Bust nut. I'm gonna make a YouTube poop of you and Henry Cavill humping. Like, to be honest, your YouTube poops freak me the fuck out, so I wouldn't watch it anyway. Like, I know you're talented, but I've only watched one of yours and it freaked me out, and I couldn't watch any more of your videos. Like, I know you're talented, like, your editing is great, but, like, they scare me. Like, they really do. I just can't get through them. So, you can make it, but I'm not gonna watch it. Not applicable. $2 super chat. Mahler, a plump Welshman with hot voice, definitely fuck or marry. Yeah. The only reason I didn't say marry is because he's too shadowy. He's too shadowy, you know what I mean? Well, Henry Cavill, you know what you're getting.
Okay. And yet, director Enrico Casarosa was absolutely ardent in his denial that the film was gay in any way. Thanks, Mickey. Yeah, they're gonna slap our community-generated flags on Mickey Mouse ears and sell our identity back to us at a markup, sure, but they're also going to, once again...
That's not how he wrote it. Why are you angry about him not writing the character that way? You're just denying it because you're just trying to keep the gay from us. Like, you are so fucking sad. It's not even... I'm not even joking right now. That's fucking sad. You did write it gay. You just want to lie to me. You're lying to me.
Make it very clear that there are no gay characters in Disney movies. And when there are gay characters in Disney movies, are they really? Thank God for the Eternals. Unless they kill the husband. Please don't kill the husband. But Luca is, of course, an instance of a very clear as day gay experience whose literal climactic sequence was about showing your true colors. That once again meets a wall of straight people who say, yes, this is an absolutely heterosexual thing to experience. Yes, getting...
No one says it's heterosexual. We're just saying they're friends, you fucking tard. But like I said, he keeps implying this. Like, are you implying that only heterosexual people have the capacity to have fucking platonic relationships? You know how much of a fucking like, Coomer idiot you sound, right? It's not a good look for gay people. Oh, the video essayists have ruined shit for different groups of people, I swear. Gay people can't catch a break. British people can't catch a break. Every British video essayist, like everyone thinks British people are like stuck up idiots now because of them, like excluding Mahler, of course.
Disowned, having your family threaten to send you away because you're curious, found family of misfits, etc., etc. Apparently that's all straight now.
Some people?
No one's saying it's straight, just saying it's indicative of anyone who is different and doesn't follow the status quo. Jesus Christ.
They'll never.
Like, I'm media literate. I directed my video.
Accept him, but some will, and he seems to know how to find the good ones.
Certainly not the first time Disney made an animated movie about fish people with heavy gay undertones. I don't even understand why...
How is Ursula... How does she come off like a lesbian? Huh? How does she come off like a lesbian? I don't get that.
This is a...
She came off more like a black mother to me, but that's just... Or black auntie. But see, that's my personal interpretation. I'm not putting that as... I'm not trying to make that the norm. Like, that's what everyone should think about this shit.
Hans Christian Andersen invented fish people as a literary genre, and he himself was quoted saying, "Yeah, fish are pretty gay." Actually, with Luca, there wasn't as much gay denial as I was worried about, the director notwithstanding. And Disney actually got their...
Yeah, because why would the director know what the fuck movie he made?
actors.
You know better than anyone making their... Like, yeah. Even though you had nothing to do with it. You're just consuming product and projecting your romantic or lack of romantic prowess on fucking child characters in a Disney film. Because that's not fucking sad as shit.
to shut up about gay readings this time. Until Jack Dylan Grazer voiced
Okay.
notwithstanding. And Disney actually got their voice actors to shut up about gay readings this time. Until Jack Dylan Grazer, voice of Alberto, came out as bisexual soon after the release.
What has that got to do with the movie? That's also another creepy thing, by the way. Hang on. I have a feeling. Okay, there we go. Like it when there's... The fuck? We back? Weird. And now it's disconnected. What the fuck? It keeps disconnecting and reconnecting. What the fuck? We good? Cause OBS kept fucking up. It kept going in and out. That was weird. Okay, yeah, okay. I think we're good. I think we're good. Anyway, as I was saying, I can't rewind it because I think maybe that screenshot he showed triggered some kind of thing with YouTube. I don't know. But, because as soon as I went past it, everything got kind of cleared up. But anyway, one of the characters from Luca came out as bisexual, and he was also a character in the, one of the It movies. And a little fun and creepy fact about that, there were also adults obsessed with him and shipping him with his child co-stars and obsessing over his sexuality, which was fucking creepy. It's another case of that happening. Seems that shit seems to follow him around. I wonder why. Oh, someone made me aware of his face in this screen cap. Thank you for letting me know. Anyway. It seems like people, like, no offense, whenever they start shipping some gay shit between kids, people start getting really creepy because people were like sexualizing those kids like crazy when the first It movie came out. Just saying.
But still, a lot of straight people I saw.
And but he equates that to the movie. He associates that with the movie being gay. And I'm like, what the fuck does one have to do with the other? It doesn't. See, the lead actor was gay. It means the movie's gay. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Even heaped on the pile of gay fish boys. I'm sure there was a better way to phrase that, but I'm not sure I should. Anyway, the coding in Luca was so obvious that even straight people looked at it and said, "Yep, pretty gay." And
no, they didn't. Like, weren't you just harping on about how straight people didn't think it was gay? Now they suddenly did think it was gay. I just need validity wherever I can get it in my argument, even if it is fake.
In fact, recently, director Enrico Casarosa gave comments where he admitted how there could be a gay reading of his film.
Because y'all bullied him into it. And Disney was probably like, look, just give him something. We don't want to get canceled. We're so money hungry. We just gotta fucking pander to these fucking clapping seal. Just say anything.
You know, because apparently he finally decided to watch it. But even among straight...
This fucking attitude problem. He decided to watch his own film. He directed it, bitch. What the fuck are you talking about?
Straight people who agreed that the Fish Boys were pretty gay, they gave Disney a pass because they were just kids. And apparently, kids aren't allowed to be gay.
No, adults aren't allowed to be creepily parasitic on child characters, especially like things meant for kids, and project their own sexual desires onto it, like that, because that's fucking weird.
Oh, which I have more than a few words to say about that. But as Disney is a media producer that specifically develops media for children, isn't that always going to be the defense? That having gays in their media is too mature for children? Which I'd like to ask what these straight people think needs to be depicted in order for it to be gay. Because that is and continues to be the rallying cry for Disney's systemic removal of queer content, which neither codes nor brushes off.
Disney is not tailoring this shit to our straight people, right? Because what straight people are you talking about? The ones here or the ones in Bahrain or China or Russia? Which ones you talking about? Because you ain't talking about American straight people. They're not tailoring this. Disney doesn't give a shit about what the conservative straights of America have to say, but they do care about the very bigoted ones who throw motherfuckers off roofs. They do care about what they have to say. And if they're not spending money on their shit, suddenly they have to tailor the fucking product to them. You know, motherfuckers who outlaw gay shit. But yeah, your problem is with, because I know what the type of straight people you have pictured in your head. It ain't fucking ones who are, like I said, conservative and wearing MAGA hats and shit. Oh, I'm sorry. It's the ones wearing MAGA hats and who are conservative. It's not the ones who are in the Middle East throwing fucking gay people off roofs and stoning people to death. That's not what you're thinking about. They're not tailoring this shit to our straight people.
Off these identities. Casualties of this include Love Victor being shafted to Hulu, and The Owl House having its final season cut short once it was moved to Disney+. There, I mentioned Owl House. Are you happy now? It's not just the fact that I'm annoyed at the ongoing queer coding, because I am annoyed, and I'm very willing to continue.
It's queer coding because I say it is. My dick is hard, so it's queer coding. Gamer Madness, £2 super chat. This guy's BS is making me feel a lot smarter. Winterfire, Twitter went after the director-writer, telling him he was homophobic, and then they insisted he isn't straight either, since he apparently had a pal named Alberto too. Yeah, they, like I said, they basically fucking bullied him into like, okay, maybe he was gay, whatever, get the fuck out of my face, fucking idiots.
You're making videos about how annoyed I am. But it's particularly annoying here because we're seeing in real time our identities being removed from our range of experiences, and then an errant denial that these were ever our experiences to begin with.
They're not, you fucking idiot. Get a life. Get a boyfriend if you don't have one already. And if you have one already, you really shouldn't admit it. Because even after having a boyfriend, you still hyperfixate on children's media for fucking validation. Like, notice all the shit he mentions is shit with children or teenagers in it. It's kind of weird. It's a little weird. Just a little. Un critico mas, 49 super chat. Sorry, $49 super chat. He says straight in a pretty angry tone. Yeah, I know. Arturo Hernandez, their experience isn't exclusive. Petite. Wait, Owl House is a young lesbian couple, and one character is racially ambiguous as well as non-binary. Why is he complaining? He got what he wanted. But the season was cut short. It was put on a streaming service. Wah!
And it's this denial that Disney is
I'm supposed to pay for another 8 streaming services that I'm already paying for? Wah!
fostering. That the stories that queer creators have been waiting generations to depict in their unabridged forms are actually straight stories, actually, yes, they're straight. and that they have been all along. And if these stories are straight stories, then what's the point of having queer people tell their stories or be depicted in these stories? Instead,
No one's keeping you from telling them. Just fucking tell them already.
the role of queer characters is simply to self-declare and move on to the next scene, if we're in it at all. We're not going to reach public acceptance if we allow the people who don't want us around to dictate the terms of our existence. We're here, we're queer. Except if we're causing a fuss, we don't want to upset anyone. Because committing to visual depictions of homosexuality or bisexuality, just a little smooch or even hand
Two men sitting together, gay.
dialogue, would be confronting a group of people who just don't think homosexual content should be directed at children. Never mind that out of anyone.
No, I don't think you should be directed at children, ever. You know, those two gay boys who are really slender. I know they're 10 years old, but you think they're gay? It's fucking weird.
Queer children who need this media the most. Queer children are coming into a world where
No, they don't need it. They don't fucking need it.
they may not have real-life role models or family who are like them. Feeling that alone and isolated is a huge contributing factor for anxiety and depression among queer youth and adults too.
Hey, if kids can't see Luca rub up against each other, if they can't see Luca and his friend rub up against each other, that means they're gonna have depression and commit suicide. That's just how it is. It means kids all over the planet, they couldn't see Luca kiss another boy, so they killed themselves. Like, that's how that works. Like, back in my day, when people said shit like, if you don't give me this, I'll commit suicide, that was considered coercion and like emotional manipulation. Now people are just using it as a fucking a lightning rod for their fucking arguments. If you don't give trans kids transitions, they'll kill themselves. Come on.
2. Having media to supplement what is missing in real life is the best way for people to see shared experiences. But those messages aren't going to come across the way they need to if these experiences are removed from identifiable queer characters.
And he's like editing this shit like, oh, look at how gay it was. Look at the beauty of gay. Two men in the same scene. It's so homosexually beautiful. Oh my god. Brian Manuel, $5 super chat. All I got from James's video was, we need more Riley Freemans to say the truth. You can't have homies these days without some weirdo calling you gay. True.
Characters, and then appropriated into media depicting straight people. And when it comes to separating our identities from our experiences,
I'm sorry, but two men can't be in the same room with each other. That's gay culture. You're appropriating gay culture. How dare you have two men in a room and then have a woman walk in and have one of those men want to be with a woman? That's appropriating gay culture.
that isn't even the only problem. Namely, that people are more likely to take fiction as reality. And by trusting fiction...
Yeah, your stupid ass. People are like, why do we have to entertain the wants and needs of mentally unstable people? People are meant to take fiction as reality. That's your fucking problem. And thanks for admitting that. I didn't already know that from watching your entire video, that you equate fantasy shit with reality. Mrs. Kenobi, $4.99 super chat. I don't see any pixie cut Latinas wearing glasses in media. I'm impressed. Jesus Christ. Icona Duel, $4.99 super chat. Americans just can't understand affection among non-related men and boys unless it involves arrows. Huh. Now, don't associate this with all us Americans. It's just these weird-ass Americans.
Creators say about their fiction, we are letting that mold and shape our cultural idea of reality. And if queer people are not in that reality, that's bad. If media establishes expectations about queerness that are not...
Like, if you have to have fantasy reflect reality, or if you equate fantasy in reality... Like, if you mistake fantasy for reality, you need help. And not having gay representation is the least of your fucking problems. That is a you problem. You need a shrink.
True, that's going to be bad for queer people who are trying to figure out how to fit into this world. And it's bad for straight and cis people who are trying to relate to
Oh,
us
and it's bad for you too. It's bad for you too. Like, no, it isn't. Shut the fuck up.
and becoming frustrated that we aren't like we are in the media they watch. Somehow, we went from fighting to tell our stories.
Wait, rewind that. What do you say?
Be bad for queer people who are trying to figure out how to fit into this world. And it's bad for straight and cis people who are trying to relate to us and becoming frustrated that we aren't like we are in the media they watch.
You're exactly like, actually, no, yeah, it's worse. You're not like, how gay people are in the media we watch. The gay people in the media we watch are stable. They're emotionally centered and stable and have jobs. I just saw Hellraiser and like there was a gay couple in that and I was like, oh, that's nice. I wish gay people were like that in real life. Or no, let me refine that. I wish the gay people I saw on the internet were like this in real life. Mackie Sky, $2 super chat. Hey, Jay Long, still getting the craft review? Yes, I am. I'm still working on that. Now, like I said, now that Gotham High is done, I am fucking free to work on what I need to do. Bob, $2 super chat. He's about to start crying on camera, isn't he? Probably. Seth Brown, stop projecting gay onto straight characters and maybe you'll feel more represented. Yeah. Absolutely degenerate. Craft review like mac and cheese? No, the movie. Actually, it's the sequel to the first Craft film. It's terrible, and I'm gonna explain why. Bust nut. No spoilers, Jay. It's not a spoiler. It's a gay couples in it. Like it says it in the I think it says it in the synopsis of the film. Well, it alludes to the fact that there are gay people in it. Whatever. Killswitch engaged. Zootopia coming soon. That'll be a little while, but you know. Yeah, just hold out hope for whatever the fuck I promised, because it is coming. Like I said, I just have to maneuver and think about what I'm going to work on first. King Bash, wait, I haven't seen the new Hellraiser movie yet. Are there lesbians in it? No. It's a pretty good movie, though. It's a pretty good horror movie. Like, thank God, because those other Hellraiser flicks past the third one are doo-doo. The Z-Dirter. Was the new Hellraiser worth watching? Yep, it was. I thought it was really good. Very disturbing. Like the main character or the main characters are an acquired taste. You might not like them because they're kind of dicks and like they do a lot of stupid shit. But you know, the movie's a lot less. There's a lot of horror conventions in the film that are a lot less stupid than they could be. The horror elements outweigh the stupid shit that's in it. Which is like, that's what it's supposed to do. It's a horror film. So, you know, the fact that the horror is horror and it works, it did everything it was supposed to do. Not applicable, $2 super chat. Wonder how he feels about Madonna. Sora Hart, $5 super chat. Can't I say as a gay man, can I as a gay man be friends with other men? No. All I can do is sleep with them. Isn't that a homophobic stereotype? Yes, it is. It definitely is. Pastel Panda, being gay isn't only fucking. Exactly. Glib facsimile, gay friends? Never heard of it. What's Will and Grace? Yeah, I think this guy has a real hang up about being gay and he just can't admit it to himself. Whatever.
Somehow, we went from fighting to tell our stories to setting up media producers as the gatekeepers of what is and is not valid.
Then stop fucking doing it. You did it in this fucking video. Just stop doing it. Maybe close your Disney Plus account and your HBO Max account and all those other accounts you have and just go cold turkey on the shit. And if you're gonna partake in this media, just pirate it. It's a check and see, oh, are we represented yet? Are we represented yet? Are we represented yet? But you know, you're going to keep fucking paying for this shit, and you're going to keep pining for the mainstream representation. You're going to keep doing it. So I don't know why we're having this discussion. I don't know why we're talking about it.
And I can't quite say why we are so complicit, but somehow Disney especially established.
Why are we so complicit? Because you're fucking consumers. You can't help but not think you're cool because you've seen the latest Disney or Marvel piece of shit.
As the cultural touchstone of identity. Disney doesn't decide what matters, we do. And yet there's...
Then stop holding them as some kind of stop holding them as like the pinnacle of fucking representation. Then stop fucking making videos about them.
There's this
because you clearly hold them in high regard in terms of representation. You clearly do. Dr. Livesey's massive cock, $3 super chat. You ever see Treasure Planet? It's real good. I've never seen that. Like the little smaller offshoot Disney films, like Treasure Planet and what was it, Titan AE? I think was one of them. Never seen those, but you know, I need to check those out one of these days. Barkley KR, $4.99 super chat. Sometimes companies and franchises should be hate kept from certain fans at this point.
Precedence that when Disney makes a movie about you, you've made it. Once you get your Black Panther, or your Moana, or your Raya, Mulan, your Coco, you've been accepted into the Disney-dictated world of legitimacy. It makes people feel seen. It makes people feel included.
See, don't expect Disney and mainstream media to validate you. But wouldn't it be great if they validated us? Like, oh my god. Keep going back and forth with this shit.
Especially for kids.
It's so frustrating. It's like, you cannot get away from that consumerist fucking mentality. Ugh.
Gay kids don't get that. There's no gay superhero or Disney princess or prince for them to look to. And you might say there's a historical figure for them to look to. Sure. But media matters.
No, it doesn't.
And as far as...
You pretended... Well, it doesn't matter in the way you think it does. It matters. It doesn't. You put too much stock into this shit in terms of like social commentary and social and you know, social awareness in general. Like, you put too much stock into it. It's supposed to entertain you, not represent you.
As media goes, especially Disney, gay kids don't exist. Maybe
gay kids don't exist.
we should explain that actually they do.
Just because you put emotional music behind rambling doesn't make it emotional. Anyway, that's the video. That's done. We're done with that. I don't want to listen to this motherfucker anymore. The mindless droning. Uh-oh. Okay. Alright, we're gonna watch the other video because why the fuck not? It's only 13 minutes. It's like a quarter of the fucking time as the other one. So we're just gonna take a quick peek at it. Because I'm interested in this. Oh, they got black culture wrong. I don't see how, and there was no black characters in this film. At least I don't think. Barkley KR, $4.99 super chat. I can identify with Peter Parker being black. Why do you need a gay Spider-Man to identify with him? There's more to defining someone than being gay. Yeah, that's what he doesn't understand. There's other attributes that makes people human than their sexuality or their race, but he doesn't know. I don't think he knows that.
The funding for this video is provided by the amazing members of our page.
Man, you need to stop mumbling and speak up. I don't know if like she has like, is this person American? Like, do they speak like, are they from an English country at all? Like an English speaking country? Or is she just mumbling?
The funding for this video is provided by the amazing members of our Patreon. Also,
oh god, it doesn't matter. You need to speak up and stop fucking mumbling.
Viewers like you, thank you. Y'all started from PBS Kids. What you gonna do? Fight?
Oh my God, I think she is American, and she talks like that. Come on. I don't think she is. I don't think she's from another country. I think she is American, and she just talks in a way that cannot be understood by any human being. I think I need to turn this up now.
Might be. Anyway, road video.
Come on, boys, get loud. 'Cause when the music starts bumping, the whole place will be jumping. It's my scene, you know what
Well, that was a shitty intro.
I mean. It's my scene, you know what
Hey y'all, it's Hariana, and I am back with another video. Hi, hello.
Wow, stop talking like that, please. Demean. She made a Dork Diaries video about how the main character should be black. Mind you, the book is written by a black woman.
Hello, my name is Hariana, and welcome to the pirate ship, also known as Harry Hook's pirate ship. I am the captain. You are not my first mate. I don't got a first mate.
Oh my God, no wonder she has little little subtitles to help out, because you can't understand a fucking word she says.
I let everyone in on a little secret when they come here. Nobody is worthy of being the first mate. I know. I'm not on camera today. I have a video that I actually did do full-on voiceover for that is up currently on my Patreon. If you want to go ahead and watch that early, it's over there. But I wanted to get on here and make a quick video. This most likely is not going to be too long. I didn't want to get up and set up my entire camera equipment and try to fix my hair or some way. I just don't feel well to get on camera. I'm cramping. Okay, what a coincidence. We're talking about this and that time of the month is here. But I did want to get on here and talk a little bit more about Pixar's new film Turning Red, because this was something that I noticed the day of watching the movie, but I did not want to feel like I was contributing to the negative criticism that this film was receiving from straight white men who didn't.
I couldn't possibly give this movie a bad review because straight white men were doing it first. Wow. Talk about being a fucking follower. I'm just I'm a slave to trends, the trend being that I'm a fucking social justice warrior.
You know what the fuck they were talking about. But this is just something that did irritate me a bit, and I am gonna elaborate on.
Yeah, so you know you're no different from the people who make broad assumptions about the film and like read too much into the themes of the film, right? Turning Red has a black problem. Like, I'm not the same as those people, but let me be exactly like those people.
On it. It's part of the reason why, because I'm uploading this the same day as I uploaded my panty and stocking video. The main reason I made that video public today was because of how I was feeling towards Turning Red. So, as y'all know, I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys have seen Turning Red if you are watching this video. And if you're watching this video thinking I'm gonna shit on the movie, no, absolutely not. I'm
not gonna shit on it. By the way, the title of the video is Turning Red's Black Problem.
With Turning Red, but I do have to give it a bit of the side eye when it comes to this movie's diversity off camera. People seem to think that if diversity behind the camera isn't just as important as diversity on camera, and I digress. I'm gonna go ahead and get into it.
Even though this movie is about explicitly about Asian people, they still should have some black people. Imagine being that fucking selfish.
So,
I'm sorry, you still need some Negroes. I know it's about like an Asian family, whatever, you know, chicken fried rice, whatever, but you should still have some chitlins in there because it's not fair.
After Turning Red, the movie, we let the movie play, we let the ending credits play, and then next thing you know, up next on Disney Plus, there was a featurette where it was the behind the scenes of Turning Red, and it was the making of the movie. And while I was watching this making of Turning Red, I noticed one thing in particular. There were barely any black people working behind the scenes of this film.
Because it's a primarily Asian production. What the fuck do you want? I'm gonna say exactly what you say to white men when they complain about a film that's geared towards your boring ass. It's not for you, sweetie. The film is not for you. Sit your ass down. It's not meant for you. Don't you know that our enjoyment of film is separated by race? We are segregated, bitch. Stay segregated. Leviticus Rot, $5 super chat. Gotta go. Really loved I could be here for this one live. You're my favorite, Jay. Thank you. See you later. Gam Bam 07. There was no merman when making The Little Mermaid. Yeah, it's a travesty. Like, go to the fucking sea and go find a merman. Like, it ain't hard. I mean,
because I know Josh Levi, who voiced one of the Four Town Boys, he's black. Jordan Fisher is not all black, okay?
Wow. Okay, but like, he's one black dude from like but like, he's not all black. Wow. What the fuck was that about? Damn. Just shitting on bi people, biracial people. Like, we're having a night. God damn. I'm sorry, full-blooded races only, bitch. I mean, you gotta keep the bloodline pure.
Josh Levi, who voiced one of the Four Town Boys, he's black. Jordan Fisher is not all black, okay? Yeah, I think that's like, and I'm pretty sure Tyler, who played the little bully boy in the movie, I'm pretty sure he was half black too. But yeah, let's go ahead and elaborate.
It's fucking voice acting. Who gives a shit? Oh my god. And no one like really picks up on the fact that they're fucking racist. It's not racism if I hate half your race, bitch. You half white. I hate the white side, not the black. The black side is powerful. The black side can get it, yo. But the white side, I don't fuck with that. That's why you biracial people need to get the fuck out of media, because I don't like seeing that shit. Clip Facsimile, $5 super chat. I work on a show with an all Asian cast. I'd be out of a job if they hired specific races. Also, there's not infinite Asian people to hire. A superfluous moniker, insufficient blackness.
Right on that for sure. So I don't know if any of you guys have noticed, but Turning Red is a movie that heavily relied on black culture to advance the story. Now,
no, it didn't. The fuck you talking about? If you're talking about that boy band shit, that's a stretch.
There was one particular scene in the film that did kind of make me, because I noticed Ming, who was Maymay's mom, she said some anti-black stuff about Four Town, because as you know,
what'd she say? I want to hear this.
They're basically a hip-hop group, a pop hip-hop.
They're a boy band. Stop trying to fucking stretch it. Stop trying to be slick. It's a fucking boy band.
Group. Black culture. There are black members in the group. And she was being...
It's a pop group. Stop it. They're explicitly a pop group. Because they made a point that they wanted to... Because this movie takes place in the early 2000s. They explicitly want to make a point that they were a boy band and that they were referencing boy bands of that era. Stop trying to make it racial. It's not working.
Being a little anti-black towards them, but she did come around to them in the end. So
I love how you gonna show any clips of her being anti-black, or are you just gonna say it?
That didn't really bother me right there because of the way that was handled. Because
I wish I could was shifty and also dumb enough to make media like this where I could just say things and not back them up at all. I wish I was this fucking sketchy. I would make so much money.
Saw that she was wrong. But I ended up getting this message right here on my Tumblr ass box. It's from an anonymous user, so yeah, the confidentiality is still there.
Hey, Haryana. Many people are noticing how Turning Red used black culture such as AAVE and beatboxing, showing how it common in Asian communities, oh god, for the Asian children to act black as a form of rebellion. Where the fuck did you get that? Where did you get any of this shit? What? But where are you getting any of this fucking horseshit? You're reading, the reaching. While the movie was amazing, of course you thought it was amazing. It good to take notice of this bias, since other minority group tend to exclude black people from their story, yet use black culture. It's a fucking boy band. I can understand if they wanted to reference like Boys to Men or some shit, they would have, but they wanted to, they were referencing boy bands of the early 2000s. And there were many, many types of boy bands, like not all races, but like, they were very inclusive back then. Yeah, white boy bands. I think you had some Latino boy bands too. I forgot who they were though. You got black boy bands, but this was but seriously, making it racial specifically about black people is fucking ridiculous, because like I said, they varied racially. Black Sheep 94, $5 super chat. Phil Lamar, black as Samurai Jack, Asian equals good. Equals good. Allison Brie, white as Diane. I can't even fucking pronounce that. Asian equals bad. I thought it was voice acting. Yeah, it is. Apparently, you got to be pure blooded to do a fucking voice.
This person said, "Hey, Harriana, many people are noticing how Turning Red used black culture such as AAVE, beatboxing, and showing how in common Asian communities for Asian children to act black."
Oh my God, her comments are turned off. Like her video got a mostly positive response, and the comments are still turned off. Wow. Brian Manuel, $5 super chat. It's a boy band. Harriana acting like the mother was Uncle Ruckus on her usual rants. And of course she got it from Tumblr. Yeah.
Rebellion. While the movie was amazing, it's good to take notice of this bias, since other minority groups tend to exclude black people from their stories, yet use black culture. And I was like, yeah, that's exactly.
Stop excluding yourself. Like, when you're in America, the fuck. Okay, I think we're back. Not sure though. We back? I think we're back. Anyway, like I was saying, I don't like the fact that like some black people in this country think that our culture is separate from other Americans and American culture in general. Like if it was originated here, it's American culture, and whoever the fuck lives here can partake in said culture. This is a melting pot for a reason. We spread shit. We come here and we spread our influence no matter who we are around. That's what we do. And like I said, what makes it worse is that black culture, like rap music and all that shit, was all originated here. And the fact that you're trying to exclude people who live in this country from it is fucking retarded. They're using our culture and they don't. Shut the fuck up. They live in this country too, and so do you. I'm sorry you got to share. The majestic. You have to share the majesty of wearing baggy fucking pants and wearing braids and looking overly shiny all day. But I'm sorry we have to share that. I'm really sorry, but you have to share it. Because that's not how, like, excluding people from shit, that's not how it works. We had, like, being, trying to segregate people, we've had that fucking discussion, and we've all agreed that it's not to be done, that's not progress. Americans, like, of course we have our problems and shit, but we about that progress, and we all agreed that segregation was not a good thing. Keep up, motherfucker. Keep up.
how I was feeling when I was watching this movie, but I was kind of getting frustrated because people always tend to say that I have a problem with everything and that I hate everything, and I really don't. I just hate
biracial people and white people. I don't hate like I like most things that are only black.
See more issues with diversity. As you guys know, my minor is in African American studies, and part of our curriculum.
Joey Joester, as someone who is biracial, her saying that someone is not all the way black makes me eye roll. I am what I am, and I don't really care what others say about my ethnicity. Yeah, she's a and I bet you she's the type of person to partake in every little piece of culture that's not black. But if you call her out on it and tell her that she's appropriating, then she'll fucking turn her nose, like she'll look at you like you're fucking stupid. I bet you she incorporates anime and the way she dresses and all this other shit. But if you fucking point it out to her that she's appropriating Asian culture and not giving them their fucking props, because you know she probably doesn't, suddenly she'll look at you like you're fucking crazy, like you're crazy. Not applicable. $2 super chat. Love you, Jay. I'm so glad you exist. Ride or die. Thank you.
Is to notice anti-blackness within the film industry, as people don't really seem to understand
what a difference you're making.
How powerful it is. And
how powerful it is. Open up your fucking mouth. Jesus. On top of being racist, you have the nerve to be a mumbling ass motherfucker.
I ended up posting a tweet earlier today about
I love Turning Red so much, and capitalize the letters. Like, yeah, like this is why this pisses me off. This trend of not capitalizing the first letter in a sentence. This is why it makes me angry. Because if I'm on my PC, you might see me not capitalize the first letter of a sentence. Because I'm on my PC, it doesn't autocorrect. Which is fine, whatever. But these motherfuckers are usually on a phone. Usually, sometimes, most of the time. And those usually autocorrect the sentence to have the first letter in the sentence be capitalized. So that means you would have to go all the way back in the sentence and then actively make it lowercase for the about it. Like, what? Yeah! Now she says she's on the Twitter web app, but I think that it can also say that if you're on the app on your phone, because you can't have a Twitter web app on your phone if you use it through a browser. But if she's using it on her PC, then okay, fine. But I think she does this for aesthetic and not because she just doesn't have time to correct the problem. I'm just saying. She seems like that type of she's already racist, all right? Accusing her of this ain't nothing. Look, I love Turning Red so much, but it truly did bother me how I saw little black people were involved in making this film. It's about Asians. It's about the Asian woman's personal fucking story. Why the fuck would it bother you? This isn't for you. Like I said, wasn't made for you. Wasn't made for you. This is Twinkie, not Star Crunch. It's Twinkie, not Swiss Roll. Oh boy. Making this film when so much of it featured black culture. No, they're boy bands. Stop it. Like this movie literally had the cha-cha slide and bootylicious in it. The cha-cha slide is black culture. Get the fuck out of here. Everybody was using that at their wedding, bar mitzvah, everywhere. It's not black culture as much as it is a popular song. It had bootylicious. It's black culture. This is embarrassing. Imagine if a white girl said this shit. Black culture. This movie had black culture all up in it. It had the cha-cha slide and bootylicious. Bootylicious. In my video I made about Turning Red, I did not want to speak about this, but I held because I didn't want to feel like I was contributing to the bad criticism the movie was getting from straight white men. Well, congratulations. Now you're just the angry black bitch who's racist and who's racist against anyone who's not pure-blooded black. So much better. So much better.
And about Turning Red's issue when it came to like diversity, I said I love Turning Red so much, but it truly did bother me when I saw how little black people were involved in the making of this film when so much of it features black culture. Like the movie literally had the Cha-Cha Slide and Bootylicious in it, and as we know, Bootylicious is a song by Destiny's Child.
So?
Black music right there. And then the Cha-Cha Slide,
it was popular in the early 2000s, that's why it's featured in the film. But at the movie's heart, it's about fucking, like the Asian family dynamic. It ain't about you, sweetie. It just used popular music from a certain era. Grow the fuck up.
A dance and a song created by black people that is done universally, okay? And then Tumblr is where I go where I actually want to say truly exactly how I felt.
Because it's the only place you could be rock stupid and not have anyone challenge it. I love Turning Red as much as was the next person give me sign. Also, people in charge of the songs Phineas and Billie Eilish profit from black culture all the time, so yeah. Really? Because a lot of her music doesn't even sound like anything black. Like, none of it does. It's just regular fucking, like, edgy pop music. So I don't know what the fuck you talking about. Not applicable. I admit that Billie Eilish will fuck some black men. She'll fuck some black men, but her music doesn't resemble anything from black culture. I don't know what the fuck you talking about. Not applicable $2 super chat. Aren't those negative black stereotypes now, by the way? Yeah, but she doesn't seem to care. Just like the last guy. A whole bunch of gay stereotypes he's implying, but, you know, I don't think he understands.
About things. So on Tumblr, I
can't stand her voice, by the way.
I love Turning Red just as much as the next person, but I did have to give the movie the side eye when I watched the behind the scenes of it, because the film relied on black culture so much, and then there were barely any black people involved in the making of it. Also, the people in charge of the songs, Phineas and Billie Eilish, profit off of black culture all the time, so yeah. And I'm gonna be real, I really don't care for Phineas or Billy, because I think Billy makes great music. I think Phineas...
Man, stop you backpedal faster than anyone in a sentence. Like, I don't like them. I mean, they make good music, but I hate them. I mean, I'm not trying to piss anybody off, but I bet you know what? That's probably why she disabled the comments, because Billy fans were probably coming after her ass. I bet that's what it was. That and a combination of her being fucking racist.
Is very talented. I have my reasons for not caring for them. I'm pretty sure if you guys are familiar with them, you would know why I don't really care too much for Phineas. But
to Sean McGee, $5 super chat. Wonder what this girl would think about other genres like techno, house, funk, and blues, genres that people like her commonly associate with whites.
I found that kind of annoying because Billie Eilish is talented. Phineas is talented. But when you look at their work, you see that so much of their work is heavily inspired by black culture. Like,
no, it isn't. I mean, all right, tell me, Chad, have you heard any of Billie Eilish's songs and thought, oh, this is black? Because I've heard plenty of her songs. I got a whole stack of them on my hard drive somewhere. Because I do like some of her music, but I've never associated her with black people ever, except with the way she dresses and she surrounds herself with black men constantly. But it's not reflected in her music. It's just not. Everybody in the chat saying no. Oh, Brian is saying no several times. Come on, hey, don't double dip in the chat. Don't double up. Mr. Self-Destruction, Spanish people invented the guitar. Therefore, black blues musicians are just stealing Spanish culture. Exactly. Precisely. According, seriously, based on her logic, Blues musicians are stealing Spanish culture. I don't make the rules. Yvonne Solomon, yeah, because bad guy totally sounds like black music, whatever that means. Yeah, she doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about. She looks at her, the way she dresses, and she's like, totally ripping off black cultures. Like, she wears baggy clothes. We do not have a monopoly on baggy clothes. Not applicable, $2 super chat. She's just mad Billy's taking black men off the market. But hey, it's true. It's true, she is. She's cleaning up in that area.
Even look at the way Billie Eilish used to dress. I know she doesn't dress like that anymore. And I remember one thing about her that really turned me off was when she said she heavily related to Cindy McPherson from the Boondocks. And y'all know Cindy McPherson that spoke in heavy AAVE and pretended like she was from the hood when she really was just a little suburban.
Okay, but like, what's that got to do with her music? You said her music was inspired by black culture. And that's bullshit, because anyone can listen to it and know that you're full of shit. Criminal Imagination, $5 super chat. Bootylicious used music that was written by Stevie Nicks, a white woman. Right, I forgot all about that. I forgot all fucking about that. Just like a white-winged dove sings a song just like she's singing. Ooh, baby, ooh, that ooh. Yeah, she ripped off that song.
Okay, And then it also reminded me so much of the ongoing controversy when it comes to K-pop, when people are talking about how K-pop copies black culture. And
that looks like Cholo culture right here. This is Cholo. This is Cholo shit. This is not black. This is Cholo. I mean, maybe you could stretch it and say it's black, but this is Cholo shit. This ain't black. This is Cholo. Sideburns, $14.99 super chat. JLB, how have you survived Chicago for so long? By staying the fuck indoors and say, because I live a little outside of Chicago, keep in mind. So, but we spent like a lot of our time in Chicago, because we have like all our families out there. So we basically people from Chicago just migrate, this migration back and forth. But yeah, staying indoors really fucking helps. Staying the fuck out of the city really helps.
I don't need any K-pop stands in here trying to defend that. That is actually a proven fact. And y'all are not going to sit here in my comment section thinking that you're going to defend K-pop for being...
So the K-pop... She pissed off several fucking groups in one video. Biracial people, Billie Eilish stans, and K-pop stans. No wonder she disabled her comment section. I still think she's a pussy, but I see why she did it.
Cultural vultures, because that's exactly what they are. It's okay, accept it. And this is coming from somebody that actually listens to K-pop. Don't play with me. But
why are you listening to it if they're ripping off your culture? Maybe because you're a hypocrite.
It reminded me so much of this discussion that I had in my last video about panty and stalking, because the last 8 minutes of that video, I'm talking about how there's a lot of anti-blackness within the Asian community. So many black people's first impressions with Asian people come from their own community because they put nail salons in their areas, they put hair salons in their areas sometimes. I mainly just see nail salons. They put beauty supply stores there, and then they also put restaurants in their cities. The most frustrating thing about this is because a lot of these people don't like black people. They're always constantly talking about them in other languages. They're being rude, very nasty.
Asian people are inherently racist and rude and nasty to black people. Like, I can see why. I can see why you why you turned off those comments. Woo-hoo-hoo! I'm sure you were getting it. You were getting a foot in your ass. One man show, $2 super chat. Sounds like she's insecure about her darkness. Like, holy shit. She don't like Asians. She don't like biracial people. She don't like white people, definitely. And she doesn't like K-poppers. I mean, no one likes them, but it's for different reasons. Winterfire, how much you want to bet she was nodding along with Caleb when Caleb Lucas from Stranger Things came out saying he doesn't have enough followers because he's black? I'm sure she went right along with that shit. Like, wow, bitch.
There are restaurants I don't go to no more, and then there are beauty supply stores that I don't go to anymore because the Asian owners and staff were so rude to me, and I just did not appreciate that. It really just frustrated me because Asian people are so quick to make a profit from black people and their culture, but they don't want to respect.
I'm sorry, fake hair is not your culture. Especially since they scalp their own people to get that shit. Not literally scalping, you know, metaphorically. I heard there was actually a good segment in this really shitty movie I was watching. The Sun is Also a Star, and talking about how Koreans had a big hand in the American black hair business and all that shit, how they contributed so much money and shit. And it's like, I was like, okay, that's actually pretty good fun fact there. And like, yeah, it's it was actually pretty good. And knowing that, it's like, okay, you got to give them their props. But she's just like making it like, oh, they stealing our shit, they making money off our shit. It's like, bitch, shut up. If it weren't for them, you wouldn't have those braids that go those two fucking ugly ass pigtails that go all the way down to your fucking feet. What are you talking about? Where do you think that all that hair comes from? Where do you think it comes from? It doesn't come from here. It gets made in Asian countries. Southeast, like I'm talking about like any Asian country, Southeast Asian, whatever. But that's where that shit comes from. Like, what the fuck? Like, what this racist ass bitch?
Respect them in the sense. And a lot of people tend to give Asian people a pass for doing these things because they are not white people at the end of the day. Remember I mentioned in my Handy and Stocking about that scene from Get Out where they had that one Asian man there when they were having the auction that we didn't know was an auction yet? That is why so many Asian people.
She's getting her social cues about Asian people from Get Out. That's all you need to know about this fucking dummy.
Have so much anti-blackness within them, and they think they get a pass for being anti-black towards black people because they are also oppressed by white people too. And no, we're supposed to be allies here, okay?
Wow, she's a fucking moron. Wow. So basically, to sum up, there aren't enough black people working on Turning Red, which is supposed to be an Asian-centered project for Disney. And then she goes off on a racist fucking rant about Asian people. Wow. Like, if she was a white dude, she would have been kicked off YouTube already. What the fuck? Not just Asian people, though, but, like, biracial people, too. Like, he ain't all black. I mean, that doesn't count. You know what I mean? Holy shit. What a fucking retard.
I think the director and the creators and the writing team behind Turning Red are very great and talented people.
But they're racist because they're Asian, because they know niggas on this... working on this primarily Asian product.
They made an amazing movie. They made a very relatable movie.
Because, like, let's be honest, she is mad because this is a popular film that did not involve black people. That's what it is. It's successful, apparently. It's like this inherent jealousy that Asians get their own. Make no fucking mistake. She don't like Asians. She just doesn't like Asians. She just doesn't like them. And the fact they have their own thing and they're successful with it. Like, why aren't there more blacks involved in this? Why don't I see any melanin up in here? That's what it is. Like, this inherent jealousy that they have their own thing with Disney. That's what it is. Instead of, like, appreciating what Disney has made with like all black people, like Princess and the Frog or Black Panther, if you want to, like, do the Disney Marvel thing. She just what? Why aren't there more black people behind the scenes? Because this is a primarily Asian fucking project. Did you not get that from those fucking red lanterns in the background? Or what the fucking filmmaker has said this movie was about? Dummy?
Yeah, that, as I mentioned, even though I'm not Asian, I'm a
Like what black perspective was supposed to be added to Turning Red? Was a black guy just supposed to I'm about to get fucked up for this. Was a black guy supposed to run up to May and like kick her in the back of the fucking head and run away? was like, or maybe a black guy could have thrown her grandfather in front of a train. Yeah, let's add some black people to Turning Red. Why the fuck not? Or have somebody rob her mother. I don't know. There's a lot of blackness we can add to this movie. Oh, keep in mind, I'm being funny. She's genuinely fucking racist. Keep that in mind. Oh, damn. So many opportunities for the black community in Turning Red. I gave you 3 right there. Oh, or maybe, her father can like run like a weave store, and then a chick can like cause a scene and then steal all the weaves. That could be this one too. Mr. N $5 super chat K1 fighter Nobuaki oh my god, Kakuta trained a black man in kendo. If she ain't a bizarre person ever to race across a valley. Plus Tucker and Chan, hello. Laughing Kuro Lamau, she's going full Southpaw. Has Southpaw been racist recently? I don't know. Shit. Let's keep going. Let's hurry up and finish this shit.
a black woman, grew up as a black girl. I could relate a lot to the things that May went through. And I could relate to that relationship that she had with her mother too at that time period.
Then why the fuck does it matter there were no black people working on this film?
I'm not trying to discredit their hard work on.
Yes, you are. Then why the fuck does it matter if there were no black people behind the scenes? You're trying to discredit it. What the fuck does it matter then? Shit.
But it is a little hurtful to see that they are contributing to a problem that is extremely ongoing.
I'm not trying to discredit them, but they are contributing to a problem. An anti-black problem. Whatever, bitch. Like, cause yeah, you want subscribers, so you have to fucking placate people, but you also want to be racist, so you go on these fucking rants.
Their hard work on this film, but it is a little hurtful to see that they are contributing to a problem that is extremely ongoing. People tend to ask us why we don't like Awkwafina, and we don't like Awkwafina because
she's Asian. You don't like Awkwafina because she's Asian, bitch. Like, don't get it twisted. You just don't like her because she's Asian. Like, you cannot say Asians are this, Asians are that, Asians are just racist, Asians are blah, 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 blah. Asians come to this country and they don't like us. You can't say shit like that. You can't go on a fucking rant fit for a fucking racist hillbilly. And then, like, be like, oh, well, I'm not saying I don't like her. Like, you can't just act like, oh, I don't like this Asian person because they're just profiting off of black people. No, you just don't like them because they're Asian. Like, stop. You exposed your racism. You don't like biracial people. Like, you went off.
she has built her career off of parading around like a black person. She puts on a black scent. She pretends to act like what she thinks black women do. And that is what helped her build her career. That is what helped her get rich. That is what has helped her get jobs. It really didn't. It reminded me so much of what she
Really? Because she didn't have a black scent in that Marvel movie she was in.
when I saw how little black people were involved in the making of this.
And somehow this all ties into itself. All these stupid ass yellow motherfuckers. All their dishonor just piles up on the black man. Well, on the black people, but like, yeah, black man, it just came out. Yeah, all this dishonor, all this yellow dishonor just piling up on the black people. Michael Gardner, $1 super chat, thank you. Anna Vox, man, I don't even like this movie, but this rant is stupid. Yeah, same. Blue River, Japan has a cholo subculture in their land. As a Latino, I don't really care.
Movie. I love Turning Red just as much as the next person, but it's okay to acknowledge that there are issues within the things you like.
I mean, it's okay to acknowledge that the people behind the scenes are completely fucking racist and are anti-black because they're Asian. I'm not saying I hate the movie or anything, because consumer. Not applicable. $2 super chat. I know racist hillbillies that would go damn at her. Yeah, I know. I just had to use that as an example just to drive the point home. Mr. N, $5 super chat. This essay reminds me of Mysterious Mysterious Mr. Enter's complaint about Turning Red not incorporating the Twin Towers incident just because it was set in 2001. Yeah, I remember that. That meme was going around. That was hilarious.
Like, do I hate Turning Red? No. Do I like Turning?
I just hate Asians. And the fact that Asians were even involved in anything that could make them successful. This makes me want to do a whole fucking Nagasaki on these motherfuckers. Fuck these yellow motherfuckers. She hates Asians. She really does.
Turning Red even less? No. I still love the movie. I still think it's great. I still think it's important.
But Asians ain't shit.
And yes, Asian people do need this kind of representation, positive representation within their media.
As long as I had a joke and I just lost it. God damn it.
It's kind of annoying how when we do get this good Asian representation, so much of it is copying and using black culture to get pushed out. And it's just a little hurtful.
A little hurtful. I hate oh God, I hate her. I don't like her.
At the end of the day, as a black woman that is a very big fan of animation, like that was something that also bothered me when we saw how little black people worked behind the scenes of the Owl House. And I was like, how you gonna have little black people working behind the scenes of the Owl House, but the main character literally is an Afro-Latina girl? I don't get it. Okay, anyway.
I can relate to characters who are not my race, but you're not allowed to relate to other to the characters you create who are not your race. Ha! Loopholes.
Over. That's all I gotta say for this video right here.
Look at this fucking doofus.
Thank you so much for watching. If you want to support me and my channel, I have donation links down below. I have a Ko-fi link. I have a Buy Me Coffee link.
Yeah, she's got a long ass outro coming. Like, that's fucking ridiculous. Look at this shit. Anyway. Yeah, that's gonna be it for me too. That was a drain. Oh shit. I undid the wrong thing. Damn it! Anyway, yeah, that was a drain. That was awful. I don't like this bitch. Thank you for, like, her videos are terrible. Yeah, like I said, she's one of those YouTubers who just do the bare minimum in every aspect. Like, bare minimum thinking, bare minimum scripting, bare minimum filming. Like, they do absolutely nothing with the opportunities they're given. It's kind of funny. And if she's racist, like I said, if she was some little white girl, ooh, her channel would be gone, would be fucking nuked. Ah, like she a racist ass bitch. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Well, hang on a second. I want to do something right quick before I go. Just want to edit something. Okay, I just wanted to save the name of the change the name of my stream right quick. But anyway, yeah, guys, Mr. N, $2 super chat. Also, Jay, I sent the links. Get ready for hell. Love you. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for the links and thank you for the super chat. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. I'm Audi 5000. I got some shit to work on, and I still have to I have to give my editor my fucking files for episode 5 of She-Hulk. There's so much stuff I got to do now that Gotham High is over. But yeah, I'm gonna see y'all later. Thank you for the well wishes, comments, super chats, and all that. You guys are rock stars. Love you, and bye-bye.